Mm-hmm. Okay. I'm really annoyed at the moment because I've got something on the screen and I can't get rid of it. I need some AAA batteries to put in the remote so that I can adjust the screen. I still ain't done it. Hi Dave, welcome to the show. Yeah, I've got something on the screen. I can't get rid of it because it goes right over the comment box and I can't. Oh God, where can I get to it? No, I can't get to the thing to put a link on. Oh sugar, I'm going to get rid of that. Where am I going to get some AAA batteries from? My dilemma. So once I start getting a few chats in here, I'm not going to be able to read the chats until they're like halfway up the screen. I think the ones in my vibrator are flat. Oh, come on, let me think, Paris. You must have some little baby batteries somewhere. Think. Alright, we'll just have a little chinwag while I'm gonna look through these. I've got a little set of drawers here. There's all sorts of junk in it, but we'll have a look in there while we're chatting. Got a little Travel Connect 4 in there. I've got half a speed meter for my camper van because I had to get another one. I took it apart and tried to repair it, and in the end I had to order a new one from America. Well, when I say new, it's obviously not new because it's 52 years old. Got another one. Oh, there's nothing in there. Right, let's go to the next drawer. Oh, this is so annoying because it's going to make a right shit show if I can't get rid of that pop-up on my screen. Because I can't see the thing where you delete it because it's hanging off of the screen. What's that now? That must have batteries in it. What is that? Some sort of laser thing. Sure that's got batteries in it. Where'd you open the fuck? Oh, it's a fucking charger one. Oh, you have to charge it up. That's not good then, is it? Right, it's not that, no. What else have I got? What other gadgets have I got here what I can nick the batteries out of? It's not over till the fat loady things. Oh, this drawer's got loads of junk in it. Oh, let's have a little look. Logbooks and adapters. iPads. What's in there? Is there anything in there? No. See, normally what I do when I don't use something or I know I'm not going to use something for a long time, I take the batteries out because they end up leaking, don't they? Oh, what's in this here? Oh, this looks interesting, but I bet this only takes one battery. It's like an ear thing. It's like an Hoover, what you use on your ear, but I never found it any good. Fucking hell, how'd you open it? Oh, I think we put it. Oh, it's only got one battery in it. Actually, does that work? Oh, yeah. That's got life in it. So we've got one battery, people. Eh? See how dedicated I am to use lot. Now all I've got to do is find one more battery, and then I have to hunt the remote down. I think I know where the remote is. Oh, God. Come on. We can do this. We can do this together. Just concentrate, people. David, put your tin hat on and help me out. Where is the other battery? I was seeing all them comments in your thing where I commented on the beer. Do you know what? Half of the people I have a row with, to be honest with you, Dave, I can't remember because I'm not in that. I'm not that invested in people. Yeah, TV remote, funny. That's what I want them for. But yeah, okay, right. Do you know what? I have seen another one. I need to focus. Let's have a look at this drawer over here. Right, sorry about this, guys, but you know, I didn't expect because this hasn't popped up before. This pop up, it's a zip thing, but I can activate it now, and it'll probably piss off. But I need to get rid of it. I don't know what I don't know if I've got to pay for it if I activate it because it says it's up. And you know what I'm saying, don't you? If I can just press activate now and it ain't going to cost me nothing and make me commit my life to someone for the rest of my life, and then I'll do it. But you don't know who to trust anyway these days, do you? Whether they're just saying it to get you in trouble or what. There's all sorts of bits in here, but no AAA battery. I've got capacitors and everything in here. Adapters. But we're going to get there. Don't worry about it. We're going to get there. Time we get there, my bloody battery will be flat on my power pack. Because I've only got, what have I got on there? 51%. But I've only got the telly on. I've only got the telly on. Yeah, I'm well prepared. Oh, do you hear that? That was me shutting a box. It wasn't me farting. It's one of them tight boxes that farts when you shut the lid on it. All right. No, Tom, go away. Get down. Go away. I'm not putting up with you or the dog tonight. Every time I do a live, these two get all restless and just like want my attention. But I'll get it because that seems to be what a lot of people want online. My attention. I can't believe how many times I've heard my name spoken today or written about. I'm like, I'm a nice girl. What's the matter with everyone? What's the matter with everyone? Oh, do you know what? I got up this morning and the river's risen about 3 foot. The ramp's under the water. I've had to go into the garden, get a load of logs and put them on my ramp, like to make a step for my dog on top of the ramp. It's absolutely. Oh my God! I found one. I found one. Ha ha ha. I found another battery. Right, where's the remote? Where is the remote? Oh no! I thought I knew where it was. Right, hang on. I'm so organised. I'm going to find this straight away. I've seen it. I actually thought it was in the. Oh, I know where it is. Yeah, it's in the cupboard, not the door. Oh yes. Oh yes. Oh yes. If it takes AA batteries, I'll just give up. Oh no, Dave, you made too many comments. You've gone behind the fucking. You've gone behind. Oh God, that looks a bit messy inside. Then you go and lay down. You're not going out. There's no way I'm taking you out in this weather. We'll both end up in the river. It's too dangerous. I was going to say when I come on, my dog's going to start farting, stinking the boat out, and wanting to go out when I come on live, and that's exactly what she does every time. I can talk on the phone and all that, mind you. She does get a bit restless for that as well. But right, anyway, TV setup. Where is it? Oh right, no, it ain't that one, is it? Is it that one? Picture mode. Is that it? Sound? No. Oh God, what's this? Noise, sleep, auto, sleep, reset, picture mode. What does that mean now? Picture mode, user. It's not doing anything. Don't start. Picture mode, soft. Oh God, that's not good, is it? Standard, dynamic, user, soft, standard. I'm just going around in circles. I can't see the comments now, Dave. You've made him go behind that pop-up. See what you've done? Brightness, contrast, colour, sharpness, tint. It's going to be like one of them sound mode, treble, bass, balance. Oh, what's this over here? How do I get over there? English. Oh, where it is? Look, there. Ratio. I think that's it, isn't it? That's got to be it, isn't it? Oh my God, that's gone really small. Mid. Oh, come on. Oh, where's it gone? What have I done? It's gone. Oh, what was it? Noise reduction. Oh, no. Hang on. Right, let's do that again, because something happened there, didn't it? How did I do it, though? No, not that. Set up again, wasn't it? Set up. Oh, God. My picture's all gone long and short, but I still can't see the bottom. Bear with me, people. I can't read your comments because Dave's messed it all up. Dave's spying. If I activate that, I can't even see your comment, even if I want to. I was going to say, if I activate now, would I have to pay for it? Activate now and continue to zip. Yeah, but I know what they're up to. Right, let me try this again because I had it. Why did it disappear? I don't get that. Aspect ratio, that's it. Right, press OK. Right there. Now be careful, Paris. Be careful. Just right. That's 1690 auto. It's still not doing what it's meant to do. No. Zoom 2. What is that all about? Zoom 1. No, it's definitely gone now. 4. But it's not showing me the bottom of the screen. Do you think I should just call it a night like that? I don't know. Let me just have a little look, because I've got half a telly now. Fucking, that's not right, is it? I've got half a telly. How did I do it? I've got to remember things when I do it. hang on. Just stop bugging me. Noise. Alright, aspect. Press OK. Go to there. And we'll put it to 16 rather than 4. Let's come to zoom. Lily, go and lie down. You're not going out. Don't make me shout and sound like an horrible parent. Because I will. You're not going out. It's too dangerous. I knew she would do this. The son of a bitch. You son of a bitch. Right, let's see if that goes away. Go away. Go away. Why won't it go off the telly? Go away. Oh, here we go. Right. Oh, I don't know what to do. I'm gonna just activate now and see what happens. Hang on, let me just go along the edge of it, see if it pops up near the edge. I don't normally have this problem. What is this piece of shit? Can I how did we used to be able to get that in front of the other things? No, let's just press activate now, see what happens. Oh God, my screen. Where have I gone? Oh no, what have I done? Introducing. Right, let's get rid of that. Go away. Oh, I'm back. Right, what have you lot been saying about me? Okay. Yeah, hi Tracy Davenport. Was just technical issues in the studio. That's what we was having, technical issues. Oh, I'll put the link up in case anyone wants to come on and slag me off or just say how great I am. Whatever, you know. Oh dear. You never know. Right. I have to do that and that, I think. Oh, I've got that right off to a T. Now I ain't got a screen on my PC and I have to use the telly. I can't just touch the screen when I don't want to do stuff. But now I've got these buttons. What I do, these buttons. I got the Lily, get over there and lie down. You're not going out. I wouldn't mind. She'll get to the door. She'll see the water and shit herself, and it's pitch black out there. We're not going out there to die just because I'm going live. Now get lost. Get up there now. She's going to completely ignore me. I might go and get a beer. I just finished this one. My friend got me some beers today. Yeah, I've got a fucking friend. Right, I know I've got a fucking friend. A real friend. Real life. And it's bottles. Is it pint bottles? It looks like a fucking litre to me. Is it a pint bottle of Heineken? Let's have a little look. Why ain't it got it on it? Oh, it's got a label around this side as well. Woo! 650 ml. That's not a pint, is it? It's supposed to have 14 units a week, and this has got 3.3. That's me fucked up then, isn't it? I'm gonna have to solo you out, Trey. Oh fucking hell! Oh, hang on. Don't pom bomb me yet. Let me solo you out. Oh, here we go. Hi, Tracy. You got your camera on. You don't have to have your camera on, you know.
I'm trying to turn it off. I'll just turn it off.
Oh, another one with technical issues. Oh dear. While you're doing that, Tracy, I'm gonna just go out. Just gonna go to the kitchen and get a beer for the dog. Lily, go and lie down. You're not going out. There's no way we're going out there to risk our lives. Fucking cat wants to go out at all. God, anyone to think they don't like my fucking lives, these animals. They all want to fuck off the boat. What's the matter with them? Even the cat wants to go out. It's like, ain't they seen how bad it is out there? Anyway, welcome to the show, Tracy. How you doing? Are you there? You're muted. Unmute yourself. Go and lay down. Not you, Tracy. I'm talking to the dog. There you go. Well done. How you doing?
Hello. Hello, Paris.
How you doing?
I'm
I've got
doing
someone
really
else.
good.
On the panel. We've got someone else who wants to come on the panel. Hang on a sec.
Okay.
There you go. Hi, Velvet. Blue Velvet. La, la, la. How you doing? I can't really hear you. I can't really hear you, Velvet.
Paris, what's going on here? Am I still in the back chat?
Pardon?
Okay. Hang
Have
on.
you got your
Hang
YouTube
on.
on the site?
No.
Okay.
Wait a minute.
Bear with us, Tracy. We've got some studio technical issues.
Okay, Paris. Okay.
How is everyone doing anyway? What a beautiful community, eh?
Paris, I'm just stuck in your back chat at the moment. Get me out of here.
Say that again.
Okay, I can't see the screen. I can only see you.
Yeah, but I've singled it out. I've just got me on the screen. That's all right?
Oh,
Isn't it?
that's okay. That's okay then. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I could put it so we're all on there, but I don't want you getting your tits out on. I think.
Who else is on the panel?
We've got Velvet, you and me.
Who?
Velvet, you and me.
Velvet. Who's Velvet?
Velvet Eye 79.
Okay. Hi, Velvet. Side 79. Okay.
Velvet's having some speech problems, I think.
You might be a bit dyslexic, Paris, like everybody else on here. We've all got issues, haven't they? But...
I think she's just got technical problems. Hi, Aaron. Welcome to the show. Aaron wants you to get your tits out, whoever. I'll get mine out, but you won't see them because I'm not on screen.
Paris, how's your tits going anyway? I know you were pumping them up at one point.
They're stalled. They've stalled at a B.
A B?
A B.
Oh, that's so shit. That's so
stalled.
shit. You need to get yourself up to a double D, darling.
Yeah,
then you're a real woman.
Do you know what? Even if someone paid for it, even if someone paid for it, I don't even know if I would actually have it done, to be fair.
Paris, I'm getting loads of like back sort of in my ear.
Yeah, but it's...
Can you tell that person to go in and out?
Yeah, go out and come back in, because I think it's you.
No, it's not me.
Well, it only seems to be when you're talking.
Okay, right, I'll go back in and out. Okay.
Okay. Are you all right, Velvet? It might be Velvet, Tracy.
Right, I'm going to mute, okay?
Yeah, I think it might be. I think what it is, she's trying to talk, and we're just getting feedback. Velvet, do you want to go out and come back in? Right, she's... Oh, Tracy's gone out. Welcome to the Paris show, everybody. Oh dear. Now I'm having right dramas here with the water. I can't believe it when I got up this morning. Hi, Emily. Yeah, first thing I done was, oh, everyone's left. Yeah, first thing I done when I got up this morning, I see how high my boat was in the water, and I phoned my friend up, and I goes, "How you doing with your bridge?" And she goes, "Oh, I'm struggling." So I quickly got dressed, run up there, but she pretty much done most of it herself. But oh, bless her. Oh, Tracy's back. Tracy's back. Tracy's back. Hi, Tracy.
Hiya, Paris.
Yeah, I think it might. I think it might have been Velvet that was having the issue. I think she was trying to talk.
Yeah. Okay.
But that's what we was hearing, the skitting rather than the talking. So maybe it's her internet.
Exactly.
I don't know.
So I knew.
Hi, Elsid.
Okay.
Welcome
So
to the
what are we
show.
talking about?
Just people in the chat.
I can't see the chat, Paris. So. Okay. Hang on.
Have you got another device?
No, I'm on one device tonight.
Yeah. No, if you wanted to see the chat, you've got to have an. Oh, you've gone. What's going on here? Oh, this is like hide and seek, isn't it? Everyone's like hiding. Hi, Helen. Welcome to the show. People keep coming on the panel, but and then they keep disappearing. Oh, hang on. Who's back? Tracy's back. All right, Tracy, I don't know what happened now. You disappeared.
I keep pressing the wrong buttons.
Paris, I thought you might have done, yeah.
I'm like you. I'm not very technically. What is it called? Technology.
Yeah. Not very technically advanced.
No. So what were you talking about then? Your boat?
Oh, my boat. It's the river. The river's come up 3 foot overnight, and then when I got up this morning, like all my bridges underwater and everything, and I have to let the dog out. So I've had to go and get some big logs what I cut up because I cut some trees down last year, and put them on my bridge, right, okay. So that I've made Paris. Steps. Yes.
Paris, can we talk about how romantic it seems to live on a boat, but can we talk about the reality of living on a boat? For people who think they could just go out and go, I'm just going to get a big boat and I'm going to live on the river. But we're not going to get a big boat and live on the river because it's quite expensive. It's very,
Hi, Jamie. Welcome to the show. Well, living on a boat, it depends what your mindset is to start with.
Yeah.
I mean, in the summer, I love living on the boat. In the winter, I don't love living on a boat.
No, but there's a people who go, oh, I just want to live my life and I want to go down to the river and live on a barge and it's going to be so wonderful and gorgeous. But the reality of it is not actually what sort of pans out.
Well, no, that's not true because I know some people that do love living on the boat, especially the ones that actually travel the canals and that. Yeah. A lot of them do like it, but living on a. Sorry,
Paris, can I just cut in?
Yes, go on. Sorry. Yeah.
I actually understand where that sort of like people who want to do that sort of life. I would actually love to be and just do that and get on a boat and travel up the canal every day and go here and go far and go everywhere. But I'm just trying to explain it's not as wonderful as it seems, though, is it? The reality of living on a boat is not this wonderful thing that you just go floating up canals every day and down here and go there. It costs money. It's a dedication. And if you're not dedicated to that way of life, it's just stop it. Yeah. It's like people who go camping, isn't it? It's like people go camping for 2 weeks and go, yeah, okay, we can live with this. It's great. Live in a tent and all that shit. But, if you have to do it like 6 months.
Yeah.
It's a different reality, isn't it?
Yeah. Right, Velvet's coming back on. Yeah, if you want to come on, Jamie, you can come on, but let's try and be nice. Let's make an effort. You're back up, Velvet. There's definitely something wrong with your internet or something. It sounds terrible.
It is. What? Velvet Underground.
I mean, I can't remember what I can't remember what happens when I get that. Oh, have you got your mic or another device near your computer that's creating?
Yeah, it's probably got like watching on one device and listening to another. You've got to turn it off.
Yeah.
God's sake. Can't listen to yourself on YouTube. It does not work.
Velvet, have you got your mic too near the computer or a phone near the computer or something? Because you're getting all I'm getting is feedback. I can't hear you at all. Why is that popped up on my screen?
Turn YouTube off, for God's sake.
Be patient, Tracy.
Okay, sorry, Paris. Sorry, Paris.
Be patient. We all have these technical issues.
I know.
Oh, was that someone else who's just come? Oh, hang on. Oh, my God. Hang on a minute. Now I've got someone on the screen that I can't get rid of, and there's two people behind it. Hang on a sec, and I'll try and bring you. How do I get rid of that? It's got a big banner at the bottom, and it's go away.
Oh, for God's sake, Paris! For God's sake, please.
I know.
Please.
I know. Why is it there? Oh my God! No. Oh, this is great, isn't it? I love it. Who's that? I can't put you on because press D. Press Central and G. What does that do?
Paris, just get your shit together and either get this person off and tell them to go get this microphone sorted out.
Velvet, I'm going to mute you till you sort your issue out. Right, this person here. Oh, someone's just left. I've got something on my screen I can't get rid of. It's gone right across the front of where they're on. Oh, I can't believe that. Oh, right, Jamie's coming on now.
Okay, welcome, Jamie. Hi, Jamie.
Good evening. Hello.
Hi, Jamie.
Hello, how are you?
Yeah.
You can't hear me, can you?
Yeah, I can. Unfortunately, I can, yeah.
Don't be cheeky. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. What? Hi.
Hello.
Do you know
We've never
what?
spoken properly, Paris.
What?
Jamie, to be honest with you, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to be blunt here, right? Because that's what I like to do. I can't
It's all right. I can take it.
Go for it, Paris. Go for it, Paris.
Stand your voice. I hear you on other panels and everything, and your fucking voice just goes through my head, and you whine like a bitch. Oh, I'm sorry. So I know.
Oh.
I know. I don't know why.
I know.
What about if I talk like this? Does it make it any better for you?
That's much better. Well done.
Okay, I'll talk like this and just hope it stays that way.
Yeah, that's cool. Happy days. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Tony's backstage.
Welcome, Jamie.
Hello. We've spoken before. Listen, Paris, I've been like defending you to the hilt over the last bloody few days.
Yeah, but look, at the end of the day, do you really think that I need defending?
No, not you. Not so much you. More sort of the LGBT stuff, because that's what I do. That's what I do.
Yeah, but listen, I don't follow none of that shit. All right, I like to try and live my life and get on with it and not get involved in. I can't understand why this thing's popped up on my fucking.
What is it?
The thing where it says mute. Start cam settings, present and invite.
Come on, Paris.
I think that's to do. Oh, do you know what? This voice is really difficult to do, Paris.
Yeah,
that's your controls for your account.
It's working for me because I actually forgot it was you. So
Paris,
Yeah.
Paris.
Right, okay. I'll try and stay like this then. Don't you ever say I ain't got a sense of humour.
No, I appreciate that. You're sounding a bit like Matt Taylor now. Oh, God.
Shut up.
I know. It sounds like a bit. You know that. What is it? Soft.
I need to get rid of. I need to get rid of this thing on the thing. It wasn't there a minute ago.
Sounds like I need to get a good dose of testosterone, you know, make my voice break.
Yeah.
Shut up. You need to get some estrogen in you, darling.
Is it? I'm in
Estrogen.
passport. Is that it? Oh,
Okay,
no.
Paris.
What is it you're trying to do, Paris? I might be able to help you out.
Trying to get rid of this thing. Oh, it's going
Right.
up. I'm trying to put my screen up and it's going up with it. That's bang out of order, isn't it? See,
What does it say? Stop laughing. I'm trying to make this work.
Oh, hang on. I told you already. Edit name. Mike, kick, ban from studio, kick from studio, edit name.
No, don't hit the kick from studio, whatever you do.
No, I'm just trying to get this. There's two people
Oi!
beyond. There's
Oi,
two people.
who are you? Who is this man talking right now? With his
Listen,
big
right,
body
Paris, what you want to do is you want to speak to Danny to use Jitsi, because that's a lot easier than StreamYard.
Yeah, possibly. There's two people
You know
that
what?
want to come on, but I can't
You
get
can
them on.
always. Right, hang on. Can I just speak to this man who's speaking now?
Hello.
Oh,
Hello.
hang on.
Hello.
Spotty. Who's Spotty? Hang on. Is Spotty a good one or a bad one?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Spotty.
Spotty, or was that like sooty? I don't know.
Oh, hang
Super
on.
Ted Mugger.
Is it Spotty? Yeah.
Harry. Harry.
Hang on, let me let Velvet on. Hang on. Oh,
Hello.
Who's that?
Who's that?
that's Velvet.
Who's
She
that with
keeps.
that big man voice?
Shut up. It's very difficult to sustain this.
Spotty's Emily.
Hello, Harry. It's Spotty speaking.
Have you been smoking cigars all day?
Emily, mute yourself a minute. Velvet, you're gonna have to sort your computer out. Oh, she's gone.
Harry.
Yeah,
Harry.
go on. Hi.
Velvet Eyes is not. That's my name. That's my email address.
That's
It is-
Harry.
That person's trying to pretend to be me. I've changed myself to Spotty so you don't know the difference. That's my email address. Velvet Eyes.
This
Someone
is
tried to
definitely
put me.
Tony. Definitely
Yeah,
Tony.
That
Oh,
person's in the
Tony.
podcast. Yeah, they've run off now. Go on, fuck off.
All right, Tony, how are you?
Yeah, I'm good.
Hello, Tony, how are you?
I have to talk like this because Paris won't tolerate it any other way.
You like Jamie's,
Yeah, do it again.
Jamie's balls have just
Hello,
dropped.
Dave.
Boy. Oh, what's that noise?
So you going Spotty anyway?
Do you know what? My trolls are going to be doing this for a very long time. They're going to be playing me saying all this, and I've got to blame you now, thank Paris.
Yeah, but you could just make out it's not you. If you don't,
No, it clearly is me.
it don't sound like you.
Exactly, because it is me, you know? I've just gone down the hood, innit?
Yeah, but you honestly, you sound so much better like that.
Oh, thank
hello.
you.
Oh, hello.
No, I'm a married man. Thank you very much.
Paris, are you still there?
Yeah, I'm still there. Of course, I'm still there.
Okay. Do you know this man?
Oh, Jamie.
Yeah.
I've spoke to her before on Danny Jones.
Okay.
Yeah, I spoke with you before. I recognise your laugh. You know what I mean, love, innit?
Hi, Helen.
Innit? I never use the word in it, but okay.
Oh, we've got two Ellen Janes. How's that work out? I can't
That's
have
the one
two
we
Ellen.
spoke on.
No,
Harry.
she might have logged in and then logged out and tried to come back in again. Ouch.
Paris, can I just
Hello.
say something to you? Stop
Yeah.
reading the chat. carry on with what's going on in your panel. Let's have a discussion about topics and forget the chat. Okay.
Yeah, but I can say hello to people in the chat. I'm not actually reading the chat. I'm just saying hello to people that come in. You're
Okay.
laughing, and it just makes it sound like there's a lot more going on.
Well,
Says Paris, who then starts laughing.
Because I thought that was funny, Jamie.
Pardon?
Because I thought that was funny.
It was.
There you go.
you've
Right.
got a voice for Radio 4, darling. Do you know that?
Kick from studio.
What's that?
Welcome to the BBC Broadcasting Live on
wonder if
BBC Radio 4.
I might have kicked the wrong.
Oh!
Oh, there you
Read
go.
the
No, don't.
shipping forecast. No, please. Shipping forecast. Do the shipping
Are you there,
forecast for
Helen?
me. please.
I'm here.
Oh,
Hello.
Are
I'm
you here?
ready.
Hi, Helen. Oh, hello,
I'm ready.
Helen.
Hold on.
I
Hello.
don't know what one you used to pick because I've got two of you in here.
My one is the one with my picture on it.
Oh, right, okay. Remove.
The other one was probably Velvet Eyes. It changed her name to Helen, I reckon.
Hello.
Mm.
Hello, Tony. All right.
Yeah.
There we go.
I'm going to try my voice now. Hello. Is that-
Hello, Helen.
Hi.
How are you?
Hello.
Oh my God! Read the shipping forecast out to me now, please. please.
Oh, God. Can I go back to my normal voice, please?
Okay,
No.
go
I'll
on.
kick
All right, then. All right, Paris. This time I'll do it for you.
But the thing is, like, it'll stop you
Dennis,
from
what are you
talking
eating,
so much
mate?
because you did take over the show, to be fair.
What show?
Right. We're going to get into it. Don't worry.
Any show.
Paris.
What was that? What?
Paris, I'm speaking.
Oh, hi, Mouse.
Did you? Oh, what's that noise? What's that noise? Ah!
What is that noise?
What are you doing,
What's that
Spotty?
noise?
Oh, Mouse, can you unblock me from your show, please? I know I'm blocked in your show.
No, not
What?
blocked, are
Who?
you?
The Mouse.
Who?
Well, Paris, how many have we got in watching tonight?
Go
I
I can't
Paris.
see.
Go Paris.
11.
Go Paris.
What?
Go Paris.
It's a
Woo!
record.
What's your
It's a
record, Paris? What's your
Paris.
record for views?
It's going to be Emily C now.
We've
Well,
had a
I
record
done one a
going,
few
like,
years
Paris.
ago and it was 67.
Wow. That's really good, actually.
Yeah, but that was like, no, it wasn't.
Big up
good.
Paris. Big up Paris. Paris is doing it now. She's getting
Thank you,
something.
Mouse. I appreciate that.
Hi, Emily.
Anyway,
Hello.
Hi, Emily.
what Emily?
That's it. Talk to each other. That's wonderful. That's what I like.
Paris.
Yeah. Yes,
Yeah,
Spotty.
see this, see this, that Emily T's fake, right? But see the fake Velvet Eyes, right? Someone's faking to be me, pretending I hate LGBT people, and I abuse kids and stuff like this. And they're lumping me in with a load of other weirdos.
Is that
Listen,
Emily?
Tony, I have no problem with you at all, so don't worry about it.
No, not really.
Seriously, David,
That's Convid.
Oh,
I think it's
is
Convid.
that
What
real
on the
Emily
big
there?
microphone?
Why
Excuse
ain't you
me.
in here, Emily?
Oi! You with the big microphone.
Who?
Stop.
Thank you.
Oh, sorry.
Bye.
Oh, God.
Trace.
You just come in
Right,
and
was
went
that
out.
the real? Paris, was that the real Emily?
No, she
Oh,
wouldn't.
no.
She wouldn't down alive.
No, it's someone
Oh,
trying to
okay.
play a game.
Oh,
Yeah, probably
okay.
Convid. That's what he usually does.
Tony would know if Emily was going to come on. Trust me.
Well, I would think so. Yeah.
Yeah, Emily just said in the chat it's not her. Well, she didn't say it's not her. She just said I'm not in now. So that could mean two things. I've tried
Yeah,
to
it's
get
well-
in.
But then there was a fake Velvet Eyes too.
Oh, okay.
It's the same person. They just changed their name.
Yes.
Obviously.
There's a lot of fake people, isn't there, really?
Yes.
So Paris. Paris,
Yeah. Yeah.
can you hear me?
Yeah,
Yes.
that's what I said, yeah.
Okay. So we've just all come together. So let's have a
No,
discussion about
not really, but I know what you mean.
what
Respect to you, Jamie. Respect.
Sorry.
We'll just all
keep
come
it
onto
up.
the panel to have a chat with you And then this person's going, no, we know, I would just chat about, because you know what I mean. Okay.
Let's
Paris.
just do that. Just say what you've got to say, and everybody try not to interrupt each other, and then it will just flow, and tempers won't get.
Exactly. So I'm saying, let's
control.
just have a little conversation about things tonight. And he's just saying, oh no, you know what I mean. So, okay, Paris. So, how you doing?
Yeah,
What's going on?
Well, I'm just
Are
going to
you okay?
You're going to let me fucking answer? Yeah, I'm just going to let Dave in. I think it's Dave. Let me just solo out because I'm so nervous.
Is it snowing? Has anyone got snow where they are?
I haven't got a clue.
Had
Oh,
snow
It's
yesterday.
pitch black out there. I can't see anything.
Did it snow though? Because it didn't snow here.
It snowed here
That's not-
yesterday.
Is that not Dave?
Paris.
I can only see you, Paris, because I'm on my mobile. So
Yeah, well, it's come up, Dave.
You
but no.
sound like a sort of like serial killer to
Shall I
me.
ban
I
it
don't
from
like
the
the sound of
studio?
your voice.
Yeah, it's not Dave Strange. He says it's not.
Who said that?
Dave Strange says it's not
Tony.
him in
That's
chat.
COVID. Hello.
It's Tom.
Hello,
It's Justin.
Hello, Justin.
I just
How
went
you
to ban
doing?
them and they left.
Yeah.
There we go.
yeah, he'll come on lots of different names. Trust me.
I thought
Oh
it
my
was
God.
him. It was him
We
who
have a
was trying to
serial
start
killer on the panel.
Oh, Dave's in
Jeez,
the chat.
Christ.
I have to talk like this because Paris won't let me use my own voice.
And you notice that you don't whine.
You're creeping me out. You're creeping me out. Yeah, actually.
I can do voices, but not too low.
Rather nice.
Can you
So-
do another voice then? To prove that you just don't do
No,
creepy voices.
Tracy, don't complicate things. That's all right, that voice. That's
Okay.
all
No,
right.
it's not.
Actually,
Paris,
it's
it's
not
not.
that difficult to do.
Go
Yeah,
on then.
no,
do,
that's
a
all right.
do a different voice then.
You're right, love.
So what was you going to ask me, Tracy, anyway?
Was that Marie?
Yeah.
I was going to ask you if you was okay and how are things going and how are you doing in your sort of like everyday life?
Just like everyone else, struggling and having good days and bad days, just like everyone else.
Well, that's all I wanted to know. That's good. That's a good
I've got a
answer.
question. Genuinely, what is it like living? Is yours a narrow boat?
Yeah.
What is it actually like to live on one of those? I'm genuinely interested.
Hard work, but it is rewarding.
Well, that was
Right.
my question earlier on, but you just took it off me. But okay.
Yeah.
Creepy man.
Do you have to, Paris? Do you have to pay to pay like dock or whatever they call it?
Well, you have
More.
to have a river license. I've got my own mooring because I've got my
Mm.
own
That's the
garden.
word.
Yeah, I've got my own mooring because I've got my own garden, but I still have to pay a river license and I still have to get boat insurance and I still have to have safety certificates and inspections on the boat.
Shit.
So is that mooring yours forever? Did you buy it or do you rent it or?
I bought the land.
Okay.
Why
Okay.
are you smelling my ears? Okay.
Yeah, I bought the land, which is on the riverbank, obviously, and it's got a mooring.
Nice.
Do you have to take lessons to drive a boat like that?
No, and you see a lot of people drink while they do it and all.
Yeah, no, it's really bad.
Paris, can I just
Hello,
sort of come in here?
Tracy.
All right, okay, Paris, right. I used to, well, when I used to say I had a friend, he's died now, yeah, okay.
Lucky you.
That's-
Oh,
Oh
sorry.
dear.
Just
No.
as I said that. Sorry
No.
about that.
This is why I'm bringing this sort of conversation into this, right? Okay, this guy who I knew for a very long time, he had a family. He was obsessed with boats. He was obsessed with the river. He wanted his own boat and everything. And he grew up. He got married. He had his kids, and he just sort of like faded away from his family. And he just wanted to live his dream. And he bought this boat on the river. It was just, yeah, it's a little boat. And he went off and he isolated himself. And he actually, he realised
shut
after
up.
2 years. After 2 years, how lonely this existence sort of like
Yeah.
became for him. It
Well,
just
you seem
when
to
you
thrive on it though, Paris, which I think is good because I've seen the videos.
Yeah, but
no,
I could
can I
probably
just
thrive
finish,
anywhere.
please? Can I just finish, please? Can I just finish, please?
Make
And
it
this
quick.
guy, okay, I'll show.
Paris.
Oh no, I want
Go on.
I want
No, go on. It's
to-
just don't hang it out. So.
I'm not hanging out. I'm trying to.
You crack me
I'm
up.
trying
Don't hang it out.
I'm trying to condense this story into like a little thing. He was a married man, he had a family, he had children, got pissed off with his life, and then he just went on and bought this boat, yeah? He went to live on the river in this little barge or whatever it was, and he decided it wasn't for him, and he got really, really lonely, and he died. Okay, my story ended, finito.
Oh, did he? Was he buried at sea? I'm just a question. Here, look,
Paris.
I wanted to add something to the mooring situation, and
Yeah.
because I don't have to pay a mooring, but obviously I have to pay everything else. But you can live on a boat without paying mooring fees if you move your boat every 2 weeks.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So that's why some people do move them then. Okay. That
Well, you
makes
have-
sense. And you don't have
you
to pay council
have-
tax and that.
Hey,
Well, the
sexy
council
voice.
tax- the council tax is the river license, really.
Will
Oh,
you
right,
read
okay.
the shipping forecast to me every morning before I die?
What was that, Tracy?
I want that man who was on your panel to read the shipping forecast to me. Do you know the people have strange things in their life, yeah. I've always been the one for the shipping forecast, BBC.
Northumbria, fine. Southumbria,
Ah,
not fine.
ah,
Kent,
ah,
no good at all. Calm
Please,
down,
do
dear.
more. Do more. Go on, just get me off the coast of Liverpool, please, please, please.
What do you think about
Go
winkle
on.
pickers, Tracy?
What?
What on the beach?
Oh, it's
What on
is
the
it
beach?
no, it's cockle pickers, isn't it? Yeah,
I think so.
yeah. Have you done
That's a
any?
big thing in the south.
Yeah.
Have you seen all them people who go down on the Thames with them and they just go like going through the mud and stuff and picking things up and getting bones and
Well,
stuff?
I used to
I
work on
spent
this.
my life on the River Thames and I found a bone from like 3 years ago.
So what did you do on the River Thames?
I didn't do anything.
Who was you asking now?
Okay.
You, Paris.
Well, when I was an electrician, I got a
Right.
job. Well, I was working for someone, and they got a contract to do the electrical work on Putney Bridge, the railway run. And I was on it for 2 years, doing all the temporary electrical supplies for all the builders. I had about 200 workers on there, so I was working on that bridge for 2 years. And I saw it all on the Thames, all the people that go down
Wow.
there and shift through the mud and find bits and pieces.
What they call what they call Paris? There's a name for them, isn't there? It's
Tramp.
like no, to go down on the side of the river bank, so they just pick up.
I
little
don't know.
things.
I don't know what they're called. They're
Get-
just called
You
people
get
that like.
bottles.
Bankmen?
No, there's an actual name for them. I can't remember what it is. I'm not being disingenuous to anything, but they actually go and some of them actually pick things up and they're worth money. And they get bottles and bones and they get like jewelry from like.
Yeah, some people have. I think there was one guy I saw a little while ago. He found a really old sword.
Yeah, yeah.
How comes I've got a spot
There
here?
is-
Once... Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah.
There is an actual name for them, but I can't remember what it is. And
Yeah.
they just get down there and they just like go through because the River Thames, if you can, just like the current throws everything up every single day, and a different current throws different things up every day. And
Yeah.
depending on the tide of the Thames, who knows what that's going to throw up? It's probably an amazing thing to do, but obviously I couldn't do it. Got
Yeah.
better things to do. But you know, fair play to them people who've got that patience and sort of like energy to get down there on that Thames and do all that stuff.
Loads of
But
people do it on the beach as well, don't they?
Yeah.
Looking for stuff.
dirty old river, got to keep moving, moving on to the side. And I know,
Who's Tony?
la la
Me.
la.
Me.
How come
I love that record.
Jamie's gone as well?
What?
Dirty
Do you feel
old river.
a connection? Are you driving everyone away, Tracy, or have I got a shitty connection?
I'm just doing sunset, and I know.
Get it off your chest.
La, la, la.
Where's my other vape?
Have you ever stood on what's it called? What's
Me
it
feet.
called?
Huh.
No. Okay.
Hand?
And now?
I forgot what we were doing. Okay.
You said if I ever stood on something. Have I ever stood on what?
Stood on Dirty old river. That's
When you
it.
drink your river.
I can't walk on water, Tracy, unfortunately.
No, but you live on water, Paris, so okay.
Yeah.
Hang on,
Definitely.
my dog just come to say hello to me. Hello,
My
Tracy.
boat's nearly breached the land. I reckon the way this river's going tonight, my boat will be on the land tomorrow.
Wow. Yes, Tony. Cooey. Yeah, I'm here. I am here.
What
not-
to look at them, and I am in paradise.
Alan, and she's singing. We've got a concert here, you know. I won't interrupt the music.
Actually, I have stood on Waterloo and watched the sun come out. So that is one good thing I can say about my life.
Lovely.
Waterloo.
What did you just say, Tracy, about one good thing you could say about your life? I missed that.
One of the things I could say about my life, I stood on Waterloo sunset and watched the sun come out. In London, down in London, you know what I mean? Waterloo.
Yeah, I see the sun come up a lot here.
Oh, I come see the sun come up along it in Yorkshire. Fantastic.
Hold on, we've got a news flash here. News flash from Helen. My dog's arse stinks. Okay.
Oh, do you know what? She's got a dog like mine. It's like every time I go live, my dog starts doing some really stinky farts and wants to go out, but I can't let her out tonight because it's really dangerous out there
Excuse
tonight.
me, my Shay is like 15 years old. He's just come over and give me a kiss.
Oh, bless him. Well, that's good, isn't it?
Yeah, it's fantastic.
What is your dog?
Lurcher. It's a lurcher. Hello?
Yeah. You got a lurcher
It's a
dog.
lurcher. It's 15 years old.
Hello, everyone. Sorry, my battery died.
Oh, he's
Oh
back
my
for the shipping forecast. Let's go.
It's a serial killer's back.
Oh, don't say that. I would talk normally, but Paris won't let me.
Oh my God! You're just like overthrow everything when your voice comes and it's like, hello, ladies. The show.
You're listening to London's LBC 97.3.
No, I've told you. Do the shipping forecast, please. Go on. Shipping forecast.
I don't know what the shipping. I've heard it, but I can't do an impression of it. Sorry.
That's a bit
I am
weird.
with them very strange people like get up on the shipping forecast, but
I
nobody
could read the
understands it.
telephone directory if you want.
No, I want the shipping forecast. Not my thing.
Well, you
Telephone
got your
directors,
Aussie
do not do
fellas.
it for me. Shipping forecast, please.
Harry, you live on a boat. Is there anything you know about forecasts?
What shipping forecast for the canal?
They're a bit unpredictable. They're unpredictable.
If you know, you know.
Yeah.
In dog's arse.
So, what's your name? Who was talking now with a really deep voice?
That's
Who?
Jamie.
Me.
No, Tony has a deep voice. I have a fake, deeper voice.
Yeah,
Oh, are you
yeah.
Tony Scotty?
Yeah, I'm Tony. Yeah, I'm Velvet Eyes. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
the real one. Not the real one. Not the imposter. Trying to go around get me done for all sorts of things.
Well, there's the Velvet
Oh.
Eyes in the chat.
Huh?
There's
That's
the
me
Velvet-
as well. That's me. That's me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm talking on my phone and I'm in the chat on my
Oh.
PC.
Oh,
Hello.
okay.
See, there's a story, right, between Tony and I. Now, way back when, didn't really get on with him. That was that. He didn't get on with me. And hurty words were said by both of us. I can't talk like this, but I'm going to try. Anyway, that was a long time ago. Yeah. And
Yeah.
since we're absolutely fine, because as you say, Paris, you can fall out with people and then you can sort it all out and it's all fine, right? So that's where we are today. It's all fine. But there are people that want me to report Tony for LGBT hate crimes that are nothing to do with me.
Yeah. Well, at the end of the day, I'll get LGBT slime all the time.
Right.
But if I went to the
I
police
wanna
about
tell-
everyone that slagged me off about it, I'd be there all the time.
Same. You know, there'd be like 1,500 people, wouldn't there? I mean, there's a lot of panic going on about right now.
Yeah.
Everyone's getting it.
Do you know what? I was watching that Mouse premiere.
Do you know
tonight.
why everyone is getting it? Do you know? 'Cause
Hang
I'm
on,
the only-
Tracy. Paris was saying something.
I was
Sorry, Paris.
I was in the Mouses watching that premiere tonight, and
Right.
all I heard Matt going was Paris, 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 Paris. And
Just to say, Paris, sorry, I'm interrupting you. I can't talk about that man.
yeah. Anyway, I can't stand him. But the point of what I was going to say was that Frank McCruan guy come on.
Mm.
And I used to like him like years ago when I was part of the Flag, and then and then I went right into one about him and slagged him off and all that. And then Matt was slagging me off to him, and he goes, "No, Paris is right, Matt." And then he's fucking useless, Matt, isn't he? He don't know what to believe in. He hasn't got a set thing that he actually believes in. And in the
Can't
end, he
comment
goes,
for
"Oh,
legal reasons.
he goes,
Just a
"Fair
total attention
play,
seeker.
I'll try harder next time." But anyway, Frank McCurran, yeah, that's it, Ellen, yeah. But
I think he
yeah,
fancies you, Paris.
who does?
Matt.
Never mind.
Well, he's always
Okay.
going on about you. You're on
Yeah,
his
I know.
mind a lot.
He's
And me, he
obsessed.
goes about me a lot. I know.
He's
Yeah, you
obsessed.
want to watch yourself, Tony. You know what?
Oh God, will you stop speaking in that voice?
Maybe I can find a midway.
The words today, be sure of a big surprise.
Especially on the heath.
Especially if there's children around.
Oh no, shut up, please. Let's not speak about children.
I was just singing a song, that's all. Giving you a bit of background to it.
Oh,
I can take a joke. Don't worry.
I wasn't talking about you, Joby.
No, I know. I was just
Oh.
generally trying to have a laugh. If you can't laugh at yourself, like I'm trying not to laugh at myself, you can't laugh at anyone.
Yeah.
that's great.
So you're like a proper engineer then, Paris, if you've done all that stuff.
Well, I've never been at college. I
Don't
learned
need
my
to be.
I learned my electrical skills working in an electrical shop. But that was one job that I really did enjoy because I couldn't believe how good I was at organising people, getting jobs done, making sure everything was done proper. And because I remember we had it was quite funny really. We had a situation where they had to go trackside, and it was so ridiculous. Like the company got fined something ridiculous. Don't quote me on this, but these sort of numbers. Every hour you was over, you got fined £50,000. It was ludicrous money.
Wow.
So everything had to be ready to go when they shut the track lines down, because they was open early in the morning. So all the lights had to be put over there and everything. And we had this guy, and the guy that I used to work for, he stuck this guy on me, an electrician. Shut up, Tracy. Said that he was an electrician, right?
Sorry.
And I was working with him, and every time that I done my shift and he had to do his shift, I'd come back on and everyone screaming for something to be done. It was absolutely useless.
But don't you think that learning as you do things is actually better than just sitting an exam?
Well, I've always been hands-on anyway. All the trades I've learnt, I've been hands-on. I left school and learnt apprenticeship on roofing. That was the first job I'd done. But I got fed up with that when I was about 25. Then I've done a building work and stuff like that. And then I've done diving and got involved in loads of other stuff. And then I went in an electrical shop and become a manager, from working out the back to being a manager. And I learnt all the electrical game in there, and then I went on the tools doing the electrical game. Yeah, so everything I've learned, I've gone and done it, and I find that you do tend to master it, but you do have to get that advice off of people that know the game. Like I was lucky because I worked in the shop, and anything I needed to know, the new regs with the NIC and all that, I used to ask them, and then I would make sure the job was up to standard, and then I would get an NIC guy come in, put the ticket on it, charge me 120 quid. He's been to college for 5 years, and I've just given him 120 quid, and it's all been approved by an NIC. So you can get round things. Yeah. And it's not illegal to do it like that, because what he does when he signs it off, he's took the responsibility that job's been done how it should be done.
Yeah. So would you ever run your own sort of business now? Would you consider doing something like that?
No.
Too much. It's a bit.
If I done something like that, because I'm shit with paperwork and bookkeeping and paying my tax, but if I did things like that, I would love to do something around motorbikes. I know it sounds a bit butch, but I've always been into motorbikes.
And there's no gender stereotypes. You can do what you want.
I know, but I know bikes inside out, and it's unfortunate that they've gone all like cars, where because I just do my bikes and that, I've kind of got behind with the technology and the programming of bikes and stuff like that.
Well, it's all the EMU, isn't it? Electronic what is it? You know what I mean? Computer controlled things.
Yeah. Because I've got like old bikes, like with carburetors and stuff, and people don't work on carburetors anymore.
No, I don't know what. I don't know. Mine, literally, you can't do anything under the hood. It has to go back to freaking BMW because it's all electronic malarkey. You know, it's all plug and play stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, but my son's learnt a lot from me, and he's gone into a building company, and he's doing.
Oh, I didn't know you had a son. Oh, cool.
Yeah, I've got a girl and a boy. Yeah,
nice.
Son and a daughter. Yeah, but he's doing really well, to be fair.
Good.
Yeah. Some of the things he talks about, I don't even know what the fuck he talks about. It's like he does all these fire doors and all that, because he does restaurants and care homes and all things like that. Like his company gets a lot of big contracts, so he's flying around. Like one day he'll be up in Scotland, and say one day he could be up in Scotland in the morning and then in London in the afternoon where he's whizzing about all the time. It's nuts.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
But you sound happy, and you know.
Yeah. At the end of the day, I'm 61 next month, and I'm just looking for a job. It's quite weird, right? Oh, hang on, my phone's going. Why's that going on?
I don't know. Not me.
I forgot to turn it on. Hang on, here we go. Because I've got everything plugged into my power bank at the moment. I've got a mains thing and a cigarette lighter thing, and it's running everything I need. So, but I'm on 45%. Anyway, yeah, it's funny really because all this stuff, what I know and stuff, I can't actually go out and do it now because
I'm still there.
What's that, Tom?
I said, yeah, I'm still there. Someone asked me in the chat. Sorry.
Oh, yeah. So I've because they're really harassing me, the Universal Credit, and I'm like, why don't you go and pick on the young one? I'm nearly retired, and all you're doing is harassing me to get a work. So I've decided if I'm going to get a job, I've got to get a job because I when I've got a job, I do like being reliable, and it plays on my mind. I mean, they might sound weird, but it does. I like to be there on time, but because my track's so bad, I can't even get off the site at the moment. So I've said, you're going to have to get me a job doing something at home, like on the computer. And I thought, the irony of it, you know what I mean?
Yeah. What about shop work?
At my age, eh?
What about shop work? Because, you know, if you could find stuff that you're interested in, you know, curries or something like that, technology.
Yeah, but and then I have to get off the site.
Yeah, that's true.
I want a job where I can be reliable, and the only thing I can think of is if they get me a job where I take orders or whatever on the phone or on the computer at home.
Or give you a grant to fix up the car, the truck.
The track.
The truck.
The track, not the truck.
Oh, the track. Sorry. Yeah, the track.
The track is fucked. It's fucked. We've got some dickhead who lives next door who's decided to go out and buy a 4x4, and she's ripped it to bits because it's just mud. It's just mud with deep holes in it. So she's wrecked it for everyone else, but she could still use it because it's such a high truck.
Yeah. Is there like a management company for your land, or do you just own it outright? It's not like one of those leases that lasts 99 years or something.
No, I own it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, she needs to sort that out. It's just creating the damage. Get some gravel down there, you know.
Yeah, well, my medical appointments, to be honest with you, touch wood, I have been lucky with them. But if I know I've got a medical appointment coming up and the track's that bad, I'll leave my car down the end. But I'm not going to do that for Universal Credit, and I can't do that for a job every day because with my appointments, I can sort of work it out when they're going to come, but I still have to get water on the boat. I still have to get diesel. I still have to go shopping. I still have to buy gas bottles. So I can't walk them up the track. So going to an appointment, I can get round that by leaving my car the other end of the track. But that doesn't resolve the problem of me having to get water and gas and everything else.
Well, they should accommodate your circumstances. I think they're required to, aren't they? I don't know. I've not claimed Universal Credit. I claimed benefits years and years ago when it was the old style stuff like income support. I thought it'd all. I can't
put straw down, Ellen, because this track, right, is clay and mud, right? You put straw down. Once it gets wet out there, it's all going to mix with the mud, and then you're going to get back where you started. It's got to be done properly, but because everyone's individual, we've got about, I don't know, there must be about, 20 boats along here.
So you'd all have to club.
Yeah, but not everyone lives here. A lot of people have got plots here, and they just come up in the summer. So they won't invest in it because it's not them that's doing it. But there's also idiots up here that won't invest in it. So why should 3 or 4 of us invest in a whole track that everyone's going to use, but most of them won't invest in it?
But it should be all of you, really. Even if they're only there for freaking 2 weeks a year, they're still benefiting from it. So everyone should club together, really.
Yeah, but that's in an ideal world, Jamie. It's not.
I know.
It's like if you've got a fence between yours and next door's neighbour, you're not both going to club in and fix that fence. One of them.
No, it comes down to whoever owns it, doesn't it?
Yeah, exactly. And that's the way it is here. No one is going to invest in that track. And I said to my neighbour at Laura, I goes, you know what? I don't actually want anything to do with that track because we've got an Article 4 here, and I think someone is waiting for us to do something with that track, and then they're going to call the council down. And
what's an Article 4? I don't know what that is.
Oh, it's fucking complicated. But basically, it's you can't have things in the garden. You can't put a shed in the garden. You can't put fences and gates up. There's certain trees that you're not allowed to plant here. But it goes a lot deeper than that. And it's all because of 2 old boys that was arguing down the end. One put a shed up. The other one wasn't happy. He called the council down. The council come down. There was a massive row about it. So they stuck an Article 4 on this site. Because of the.
I mean, a shed's not a permanent structure, is it? For fuck's sake.
Well, look, we had the council come down here the other day, right? I've got 2 cars in the garden. It goes, you got to get rid of them. I've got a couple of motorbikes in the garden. You got to get rid of them. My camper van, that's got to go. I goes, I ain't fucking getting rid of that. It goes, everything's got to go. He said,
but it's on your land.
Yeah, I know, but it was sold with an Article 4 on it.
Oh, I get it. Oh, God.
Everything in the garden has got to go. The only things I can have in my garden is storage boxes and whatever you can fit in them storage boxes. So I'm going to make myself some storage boxes and put all my stuff in it. I said to my neighbour, I goes, look, I'm going to comply with this because this is what's happened, right? This guy owns this land. All this land around here belonged to one guy. It had 5 fishing lakes in it, a massive field between the river and the lakes. He's sold 4 of the rivers to this old boy. And then now, but before he sold this massive field between his lakes and the river, he sold a load of plots all along the river as moorings, which is what we bought. So we've bought moorings, depending on the size of your boat, was the size of your garden you bought, but they all went 80 foot deep, right? So now we've got moorings all along the river, and this guy has sold the lakes, but he still had that big plot of land between us and the lakes. He sold it to the guy that he sold the lakes to. So now he's calling us pikey tramps and shit like that.
What?
But he's come over and he's had a couple of my girlfriends here, right? And then one day I'm out there with my megaphone having a good old laugh. I've got my radio blaring and I've stuck the megaphone next to the radio, so it's come out really loud, right? And then I've pressed the siren on the megaphone. And then he's come over, marched over with a spanner in his hand, and he's like, what's all this then, Paris? I said, what do you mean, what's all this? He said, all that noise I can hear. I said, what the fuck's it got to do with you? I said, this is my fucking land. I said, piss off over there. And I said, what do you think you're going to do with that spanner? I said, I'll tell you what, come in my garden and I'll plant your fucking face into the ground. I said, you've been over here, you've had to go all my fucking friends, and you thought that I was going to bow down when you come over here. I said, go on, fuck off, you little cunt.
You've got guts.
Yeah, he's doing the walk of shame, right? Because he was standing there all angry, waving his arms about with his spanner. I said, go on, come in the garden. I said, I ain't going to come out there and hit you. I said, come in my garden and I'll fucking show you. And then he just walked off, and then I got my megaphone off. I've gone, "You are causing me alarm and distress." And then I was putting the siren, and he's going, "Woo, woo, woo!" And I'll tell you what, he must have been so fucking angry. And then, of course, he's reported us to the council because he knows there's an Article 4. Because he said to us, "I'm going to fucking ruin it up here for you lot."
No, you can't be known as Asbo Paris.
Asbo?
The antisocial behaviour things they throw at people when they upset their neighbours.
You say that fucking geezer 2 door down's got an Asbo on him. I know. It's because one of my next door neighbours, well, my actual next door neighbour, she's a right fucking gossip, right?
Yeah.
And she kept saying bad things about him, right? So like we're not talking to them, but because she's our friend, we're believing everything. And in the end, I just had enough of her, right? She moaned about 2 things, right? She reckoned they ruined the track, and she was really pissed off because they put cameras in her garden. And in one day, she's bought this big chimney 4x4 thing, wrecked the track, and she's also put cameras up in her garden, and she's put one on my side, right? So I've gone out there, right? I'm walking around my garden. She's come out. She's gone, "All right." I went, "All right, Sal." I goes, "I see you've put cameras in your garden." She went, "Yeah." I goes, "Have they got audio?" She's gone, I think so, Paris, because a lot of my friends along here tell me that she tells them things and she don't tell me because she knows what I'm like. And then I goes, "Bit of a fucking cheek, innit?" "What?" "I'm not using it, Paris. The audio is not on." I goes, "I'll tell you what, you're a fucking piece of shit. Don't talk to me." I said, "You've ruined the fucking track, and then you've got the fucking cheek to put a camera over this side." I said, "You're nothing but a fucking piece of shit."
Do you know something, Paris, right? In order to film in someone else's land like that, she better have a order from the Home Office or the Chief of Police, because you can't just do things like that. There's privacy. You've got the right of enjoyment.
I know what she's doing. She ain't filming my garden. She's got it straight down the garden because she wanted to just dig a bit more at the people that she was talking about in the first place with the cameras and that. Because they walked past our garden with a dog and all that. And she was saying things like, "Oh, she's over there talking to Trevor. I'm sure they're having an affair." And like she was saying all this shit. And I thought, you know what? I don't want to be part of that fucking crap. Fuck off. So now we don't talk. And it's the worst thing she's done, because I used to help her a lot.
Yeah.
Because of my skills and that. I don't mind helping people here, but I will not go out on the tools. And that's it. I just won't.
Yeah.
Simple as that. But she's lost out a lot. And now her son's just come out of prison. Who's been
God.
dumped. Yeah, he's been dumped in. He's a big lump as well, but he won't even look at me. But he's just been done for drugs and he's been on crack. And
sounds like a bloody ghetto. There's me thinking that you live in this lovely little place.
Exactly.
And
the smaller they are, the worse it gets. This is why I'm like how I am here, because people won't come and confront me because they know I'll just flare up. I've got my good mates here, and I'll always help them out, and that is it. Everyone else, I say hello, bye, because they're nothing but gossip little fucking shit stabbers. But that bird next door, she's definitely got something to hide, because I told her I bought a drone, right? And I goes, I've bought a drone because one of Tony's policies over there, who's got the lakes, no drones allowed. But since I've learnt the law, that only applies to people that are going to his fishing lake. I'm private. I've got nothing to do with him. So my drone's going to be going over there. And then I goes, "Oh yeah, I'm going to be doing some auditing soon. I might call myself Marmite Audit, so look out for it." And then I goes, "Yeah, I'm going to do a thing along the river and all that." She goes, "Oh, I won't be happy if you film my boat, Paris."
Oh,
said,
that's ironic, isn't it?
Yeah. But she said a few things like that, and I'm wondering if she's here hiding from something, because her son's well, he's just a crook, right? And she's told me about some of her family, and I'm wondering if something's happened and she's hiding here, and this is why she don't want me to film her boat. But she knows now I'm not talking to her boat's going to be the first one going on it, I guarantee you.
Also, Paris, she's put up all these cameras, so why does she need these cameras for? What's she looking for?
Yeah, exactly.
One's trained on you, but where are the others? You know, what's she looking for? What's she worried about?
It's not trained on me, but it's next to my garden going down the fence. So she catches my car at the end, and she's got them outside her garden so she can see in the field, and she's also got one over the other side going down her fence, and she's got one on the river as well. And I'm like, nah. And she can see all this when she's at work on her phone and everything.
So she's got a camera
but now
that focuses on your car. So she's got a camera that focuses on your car, so she knows when you're leaving the site or not.
Yeah.
That's not on. Do you know you can ask her for a copy of anything that she's filmed relating to you or your property?
She wouldn't
Data protection.
She wouldn't go near my boat.
Okay. Sounds like a right mess.
Yeah, and the thing is, it's like, well, you know, like when you meet someone and you think, oh, they look like trouble, but
Yeah.
I tried my best to get on with her. I cut her grass before she moved in because it was full of stinging nettles in her garden. I helped her build her jetties for the boat. I made her feel really welcome. I introduced her to all my friends that was here, because I've been here 4 years. She's only been here a couple. And then all of a sudden she's acting like Charlie Big Boy. Looks like they're all her fucking mates. And she's gossiping about me to them.
Well, she's got to cheat. You know, you've done the good neighbour thing and actually gone beyond the good neighbour thing, haven't you? You know, you've done all that stuff for her.
Yeah, I
It's
don't mind
two-faced.
it's no problem to me. But even when she had all her trees cut down, I helped her cut all the logs up. I cut 9 trees down in my garden. She didn't pick one fucking twig up. And everyone said to me, why aren't you helping your parents? I said, fuck no.
Well, you've got a right to be angry, for sure.
I'm not angry. I just don't talk to her anymore. I just don't talk to her. And I prefer it like that, because the gossip, it's worse. Well, it's the same as fucking all the shit you get on YouTube. And I don't that shit.
Well, when we moved into where we live, it's relatively a new thing, new development, whatever. One of the neighbours, doing this voice is really hurting me, but I'll carry on. Anyway, she was the one that said, oh, this one lives there and this is what they do for a living. And this one, I'm like, I do not want to know you.
Yeah.
Just as she said to me, she said, what do you do? I said, I've just got out of prison. She didn't ask anything more. Not true, obviously.
Yeah. The funny thing with my neighbour is she's told me so much about herself, and I know she's kicking herself now, because she seems to. Well, in fact, she thinks that I've gossiped about her to all my friends, right, that are along here. And
no, it's just us. Yeah.
One of my just the world. One of my friends just had a hip replacement, right?
Oh, yeah.
I was taking her to hospital. I brought her home. I was getting her, like, helping her with her shopping and everything, right? She used to try and make her she was best pals with her. She didn't help her at all, right? So I've had this massive row with her while my friend's in hospital having her hip replacement, and I didn't say nothing to her because I didn't want her stressing about this site while she's in hospital. She's got to sort her hip out. So she's come out, and I've told her when I've come out, right? And she goes, do you know what? I was going to fucking have a go at her anyway about the track and that. So in the end, I said, look, leave it and see what happens. Just leave it. I said, I fell out of her. Just leave it and see what happens, right? So she's walking up the track one day. She's got 2 bags of shopping and her 2 dogs, right?
Yeah.
She can't drive up the track because that cunt's ruined it, right? So she's walking up the track and the cunt's come along in her fucking 4x4. And my friends waved at her. All right, Sal. She's given her a dirty look, right? So my friend went to her. What was that all about? So she slammed the brakes on her car. Remember, my friend's recovering from her hip, right?
Yeah.
Struggling with her bags. And then she's got out of her car and she goes, "You better go and talk to Paris about it." And she goes, "What the fuck's it got to do with
What a
Paris?
fucking cheek.
I've waved to you and you've given me a dirty look and I've asked you what that's all about." And then she went into one and she goes, "Do you know what? You're just a fucking cunt. You've ruined the track and don't ever fucking talk." And her son got out of the car and all. He's over 6 foot, her son. And then she goes, "You can get fucking back in the car." You know what I mean? The geezer's on a license. He's been out a couple of days and he's getting out the car, stepping up to a 50-odd-year-old woman with a fucking dodgy hip.
That's not good, is it? That's fucking awful.
Yeah, so she's in solitary confinement. But I find it hilarious because I go out there and do my shit, right? And she can't look at me. She just her head looks everywhere, down on the floor, up in the sky, looks at plants, and I just you've brought that on yourself. I ain't got no shame. I'm holding my head up high.
Do you know something, right? I really admire your brutal honesty. Seriously, I'm not trying to get up your backside, but seriously, I admire that a lot.
Yeah, well, it comes with being brought up in Walthamstow, I suppose.
No, you're just real. You're just real.
Oh, 100%, yeah. A lot of people say that I lie about a lot of stuff, but I've been on here 6 years and no one's come up with nothing yet. Only what their fake realities are. But yeah, I'm still here. If I was a pedophile or a nonce or anything, I don't think I'd still be here.
Oh, that word gets just bandied about so much.
I know.
Oh, it's really hard to do this voice, Paris.
There's videos out there made of me and everything. But
oh no, I've seen a lot, and you know, I came across your channel, and then you started doing your live panels again. And I thought, I must come on and say hello and whatever, because sometimes I see you in chat, whatever. But listen, I'm knackered. I'm going to go to bed. But thanks for letting me on, Paris. And next time I come on, I'll try and remember to sound a bit like this.
Thanks for changing your voice, because that did make a lot of difference, to be fair, John.
Thank you. Thank you. I mean, I don't sound as high pitched in real life anyway. It's just microphones.
It's the combination of your voice and how much you moan.
Oh no. But I have gone through a tough time, Paris. You know, give me that.
So have a lot of us, I think.
You're on the other side of it now. You know, you've claimed yourself back, and you're out there, and you're free, and in a nice way. You don't give a fuck about, you know, people who don't matter to you. Yeah,
that's right. Exactly.
But thanks for having me on. Have a good rest of your panel. Take care, Paris. Bye.
Bye. Well, that was nice, wasn't it, people? Yeah. The link's there, Ellen, if you want to come on. Can you please see the water barrel? No, she's in solitary confinement. That's enough. I don't have to do anything evil or nothing. I mean, I could be really horrible and nick all her mail and everything, but like, it's just not me. Nick her parcels and all that. It's just not me. She's in solitary confinement. Job done. I'm glad she's out of my hair now, to be honest with you, because like, she's one of them people that comes out and she'll tell you a story and she goes off into all these other stories and then she comes back to that story and it's like, God, I just want to go, you know what I mean? I don't need to stand here talking over the fence shit with you. Tom, go away. Go. Look, you've got a bed over there. Leave me alone. This is my studio. Go away. Go on, get lost. Bloody cat wants to sit with me now. Tom, you're not sitting up here. No, you've got a bed over there. It took me a long time to make that. Go on, shoot. Yeah. Come on then, Helen. Jump on. Yes. Yeah, so anyway, I've got myself a new drone. Well, it's not new, it's secondhand. I can't afford new stuff. And I've just got my operator's ID. So all I've got to do is write my ID on the drone. I might do a flyer ID because I've actually got another drone, which I've had for a while. I've only just learnt the law about it. It's a 500-gram drone, but I've got to do the flyer's ID. And there's a lot more restrictions with that than my 249-gram drone. So yeah, I'm going to be doing my first audit is going to be on Bluebell Lakes. that piece of shit over there, because I know he's going to come over here and start. But once he does that, he's gonna you're gonna see him. You're gonna see him on thingy then, because what I'm gonna try and do is I'm gonna praise up some of the good stuff about Bluebell Lakes, but I know he's gonna come over and wreck it, so it'll end up a shit show. So yeah, we'll see how it goes, but it won't all be good, to be fair, because he's got a bailiff over there as well. He's got a shotgun and he thinks he's really hard. I've had big rows with him and all, thinking he's Lord of the Manor. I put him in his spot. So yeah, anyone got any subjects they'd like me to cover? Oh, let's have a drop of beer. I seem to be slacking on my beer. Let's have some beer and I can start swearing at some people and blocking people. Oh dear. I must say this beer is lovely, in a bottle as well. I've got a big pint bottle, nearly a pint. I reckon that's more than a pint. It must be more than a pint. That's a big bottle. But yeah, it's staying nice and cold. Do you know what? Oh God, that was lovely. if this river comes up any more, I'm going to move back to the camper, because I worry about the cat and the dog, like getting them on and off the boat. I mean, the dog nearly fell in the bloody water because she won't walk up these logs to get back on the boat. She stepped to the side, but there's so much twigs and all that down the side of my boat, it actually looks like the floor. So I've had to get her in. You're welcome, Jamie. Yeah, so I've had to get her in and go out and rake all the sticks and all that out of the water so she can actually see that it's water. Yeah, because like normally there's probably a gap between my boat. When this is down at normal level, there's normally a gap between my boat and the bank of about a foot at the most. But now, because the boat's gone so much up in the air, a lot of my bank's underwater and it's about 5 or 6 foot deep. So it looks completely different to the dog. Hi, Helen.
Hiya, how you doing?
Yeah, I'm good. You?
A bit tired tonight.
Oh, yeah. What's the
I
time?
haven't got a clue. Oh, it's 12:30.
Oh,
I've had the builders here a week, so it's been a bit manic.
Oh, what are you having done? Extension?
Oh, but no, we had our dining room is just single story. Our house is like a horseshoe shape, but like square horseshoe, if you can imagine that, like a U. And the dining room, if you're standing like in the middle, so looking with the house behind you, the dining room's on the left, and it comes out like a wing. It's got a flat roof, so if we wanted to build over that side of the house, we could. But it's got a flat roof with iron railings around it. And the flat roof, because it's, it was about 20 years ago, 25 years ago, last time, the roof was done on that, when it was, rejiggled about, and it was leaking. And when I say leaking, I walked into the because I don't go in the dining room that much, because it's a bit of a faff, sitting there like an idiot on the dining room table like that, just like looking at yourself. And I walked in there and I had a shower inside.
Happy days.
Yeah, it's great.
So what, have you had a new flat roof put on it, or pitched roof?
New flat roof, new ceiling, all new electrics, new carpet, the whole lot.
What sort of a roof did they put on? Bitumen?
Rubber.
Or
Rubber.
Oh, okay. Oh, cool. Oh, they've used a bit of modern
lovely.
stuff.
It looks really nice.
Is it rubber or fiberglass?
Rubber.
Oh.
Yeah, it's the latest thing apparently.
Would you walk on it?
Yeah.
Oh, that's probably why they've used that then.
You can walk on it. Yeah, because it's got all the top of, like the dining room and the toilet and everything, like the floor, well, the ceiling or whatever you want to call it, is all reinforced so that it's ready to go. If in years to come, like say I want to knock through the wall and go out that way and extend that way, I can, but it just wasn't worth it doing it at the moment. Do you know what I mean?
Wasn't it worth going up another floor on top of it?
Sorry?
wasn't it worth going up another floor on top of it? Like, so you got two
Not,
stories.
I mean, it was just a waste, really. It cost
Yeah.
enough to do the rest of it.
Yeah, I would have probably
I
gone
didn't
up
have
another
that cost. My
floor.
mum and dad paid for it because, you know, my mum and dad paid for that. But you know, it's something I could do in the future. But maybe
Yeah.
when I give my son the house, he can do it when he has a family. And
Yeah, you got to have the footings checked out though to see if the footings are deep enough to go up another floor.
Yeah, they are, because
Yeah.
that's what it was all it was done, so it was. I know that. But,
Yeah, that's good.
because we've extended the other side, but only to a certain point, so that because we've got a bar that's attached to the house, but we haven't gone above that either. So it's like symmetrical.
Yeah,
but it's nice.
You can't go wrong investing in a house.
You can never go wrong investing in bricks and mortar. I mean, it's not very often you get negative equity, is it? Not really.
Well, you can, even if you do, you can ride it.
Yeah, I mean, it did happen years and years ago. So I remember my mum and dad talking about it, but you know, when the arse fell out the market. But the majority of the time is you can't really go wrong.
Yeah, definitely not. I mean, when I had my house, I was struggling so much. I had to sell it because it was going to be snatched back. But the good thing with that is I'll come out of it with enough money to get this land and the boat. So
yeah, see, that's good. So you still
all them years putting that money into the house earned me the money to get this. So and I'm out of debt as well. Whereas when I had the house, I was because I mean, a lot of people don't know that I was actually a single parent while I was working and paying a mortgage and taking my kids to school for 9 years. So it was a right struggle. And then when he was like,
fair play to you, Paris.
yeah, when he was about 18, I just like I said, look, Dylan, I can't do this anymore. And because I even used to take him to college, even when he left school. So did I
with my son. So did I.
Yeah, and he learnt plumbing and all that, and that's why he's in the building game now. And like they do respect him for what he knows. He's 24 now, but like for his age and what he knows, it's all because of me.
Well, of course, he's an you know.
And yet, like when I was on
what you put in, you get. You know, if you're not going to bother with your children, then they're not going to thrive, are they? The more you put in, the more they develop and become more of a wholesome child, human.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I was just happy that because he could have gone two ways. I mean, I ain't going to say too much about my life, but he could have gone one way where he was a bum, or he could have gone the other way where he was a worker like me. And because he wanted to live with me when he was quite young, that was the decision that was made. And then I used to take him to work with me as well.
Yeah,
I
remember on a Saturday, my dad used to take me to his work, and I used to love it when I was a little girl. I remember, and I used to sit at the receptionist desk, and there was like the like the speaker thing, like in Grease, the film, where it goes, "Good morning, Rydell High." Like it was one of those, and I used to sit and go, "Daddy."
Heidi hi.
Like, and they used to have a coffee machine, which was like, I was like, wow, and it had Coffee Mate in it, and I was like, wow, and that was like I was like, wow, and I knitted my dad this silly little scarf that was just awful, and he still got it.
Oh god.
Yes, it's about a foot long, and it's about an inch wide in this vile multicolored fucking wool. With like where I've dropped loops or whatever it is, right? And it was just about went round his neck, and he used to go to work every morning in the winter with that on, and come home every night with it on.
See, that's love.
Yeah, and he's still got it now.
Yeah,
he's only been about 6 or 7, at first school.
Oh dear. It's mad, isn't it?
I know, it's lovely.
Yeah. So what
But
you've been
yeah,
up to? Anything
way
apart from
forward.
the builders?
Not a lot, really. Not a lot. They've taken up most of the time. I mean, it's like chaos. It's like absolute chaos.
Yeah.
Everything had to come out of the dining room. Thankfully, we've got this beautiful. It's really lovely. It's like it's a handmade carved like walnut dining room table, but it's big
Yeah.
and heavy. But when the roof leaked, it drips and drips on it, and it left white marks.
Oh.
So the insurance has paid for it all to be repolished, but they picked it up and took it away. But they only sent 2 men to carry it down and move it. And they looked at me and I went, "Don't look at me, I'm not moving it."
Yeah. Yeah, but that way a lot.
I think it sits 12 or 14 people if you pull like it out a bit further. But
Yeah.
I mean, you know, I think there's only ever been 4 of us around it.
Yeah.
It's a bit pointless,
Hi,
really.
Angie.
But you know,
Yeah.
everything had to come out, and it's like you don't realise how much stuff you have in the room, even when it doesn't look like you've got much in there.
Tell me about it. I mean, just even living on the boat or even in a motorhome, because I had my family staying here not long ago, and I let them live on the boat, and I
That's
moved
right.
to the
That's
camper.
right. It was a good son.
I just couldn't believe when I moved back on the boat. I feel like I live in a big mansion, but the amount of stuff that I took on the camper, I couldn't believe, and I thought, how do I fit it all in here? And I only took it out in the first place.
It's
But yeah,
absolutely crazy. I was like, flipping hell. I said to my dad, "My God, look at all this stuff." He was like, "Where's all this come from?" I was like, "Don't ask me." Then I opened up one of the cabinets, and it got all the nice like glasses in, you know, like your crystal bloody whiskey cup glasses and whatever.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh my God!" And I just looked at it, and you know, there was me with the tray, like going from the dining room to the bar and putting them in the bar, and I was like, "This is ridiculous."
Yeah. I mean, when
was the last time we ever used these?
Say that again.
I was like, when was the last time we ever used these? These have still got the labels on. They were a wedding present. Some of the glasses, some of the cut crystal glasses of mine. Never drunk out of them. Still got the John Lewis labels on. Isn't that shocking? That's terrible. I was
It's hard to get rid of stuff, isn't it? It's really hard to get rid of stuff.
Yeah, it is. It is. And I'm not a hoarder, but it is, you know, it is hard to get rid of stuff. And in fact, my dad's not too bad, but he actually, it was a good job he did. Last New Year's Eve, our main board, you know, like the main board, the electrics where you've got the big fuses, like the trip switches.
Yeah.
That melted.
Oh.
At the back, God knows what happened, but there was like the main fuse bit that it was all melted.
Only a loose wire that does that.
Yeah, I was like, I can smell burnt. Then all the lights went out. I had no lights, nothing, no heat, no lights, nothing. New Year's Eve, I was like, oh shit, this is going to cost a fortune. But thankfully, we've got a electrician that does all our properties that we rent out. And I rang him up. I was like, "Brian, I need some help." He's like, "I'm on my way." He only charged me. He charged me 30 quid for New Year's Eve. I couldn't believe it. He was like, "Have it as a present. Just give me 30 quid." I was like, "Okay." I won't ask twice. And my dad had kept the fuse board was replaced 20 years ago when my mum and dad had everything upgraded. And for some reason, my dad had kept the old fuse board. God knows why, but he just kept it. And Brian's and the actual bit that pulled out, like that we needed, fitted in it as like a temporary. But it was like, bloody hell! Thank God he kept that. New Year's Eve, no one was open. It was on a Saturday night, so you got New Year's Day and New Year's and the Monday. That was a bank holiday. No one was open.
Yeah, I bet I know what that bit was as well.
Yeah, it was like a big plug thing, you know, like you pull out with it was a big fuse, main fuse or something.
Oh, you're talking about the main head.
Yeah. And there was all black and it was all melted. I mean, that could set the house on fire.
Yeah.
That would have been good, wouldn't it? Hi, Dad.
Yeah. Come on.
Yeah. And do you know what he done? Bastard. I said to him, "You bastard." whilst I was trying to sort all this shit out in darkness, freezing cold, couldn't do anything, couldn't see, got candles everywhere. He sent me a picture of him and his other half. They were at our place in the Canary Islands, and he's got all this party hat on and this stupid mask, loads of drink, and like bloody
And his scarf.
Yeah, this scarf on, you know, and it's all like, and he was all like that, and he was like, "Happy New Year," and I was like, I just sent him a message back going, "Wanker," and then sent it back. Oh, wow. Tough, hard life, isn't it? You bastard. I was like, "Thanks, Dad. Rub that in a little bit more, eh?"
Isn't it? What's the weather like where you are? Is it good or bad? Or...
Snowing yesterday. It's not been cold today, but it's been like miserable and overcast and shitty. It rained a lot last night.
Yeah, all the snow's gone, isn't it?
I can't believe it when I woke up yesterday morning or the morning before, and it was like white everywhere. I was like, "Oh my God."
Yeah. Didn't last long though, did it?
No, not too long. I mean, down our road, the cars don't really come up and down. So that our road always stays like snowy and icy or whatever for ages.
Yeah.
But the main roads and the back village roads, they're all it just went to slush, didn't it? It just disappears.
Yeah. Yeah, the rain just washed all that as well. I mean, it looked lovely here. All the trees had white.
Oh, I know, it's lovely, isn't it?
You know
But
what?
I took Tank out for a walk because I can't walk I can't walk all the dogs in one go. So I take Tank out by himself. But in the cold, he's got a lion's mane that I put on him.
Oh, right, yeah.
And of course, he looked like all the little kids come running out. Quick, there's a lion! Because I bought it for Halloween. So when the kids came knocking, trick or treating, they got met by a lion.
Oh, right, yeah. Have you got any petals on any of your plants?
Sorry?
Have you got any petals on your plants at all, or your trees?
What buds coming through?
Yeah, like the little flowers.
Yeah. I think that
Yeah,
everything's I've got daffodils, everything out.
Yeah, we've got a load of daffodils here, but I couldn't believe it. I went out in the garden yesterday and I've got loads of flowers on my plum tree.
I've got a plum tree.
Loads of
I
them.
didn't notice flowers. I
Flowers.
didn't really look at it, to be quite honest.
Yeah, I was really shocked. I walked past it and I was like, what? I thought it was something on the tree, and I looked at it and it's got petals everywhere. I hope the snow and the frost ain't wrecked it.
I wouldn't think it would. It should be all right, I would have thought.
I hope so.
But
Because
I planted this year. I've planted vegetables for the first time,
all right.
and I've got spring onions coming up already, and mixed leaf salad.
Yeah.
I was like, hey, that's not meant to come up yet. Yeah, and you can see where I sprinkled it because it's all coming up in lines.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool, isn't it?
Well, there was bits of flower bed that were a little bit bare in between. I've got 4 rows like bushes, but where, you know, it's like like you've got a stick, haven't you? The stem or whatever it is, and so it's a bit bare at the bottom. So I put loads of stuff in there. Got all sorts growing. Carrots that I can't eat. But
I'm only gonna do tomatoes and sweet. You know,
I put my tomatoes in hanging baskets. I've got 2 tomato plants in 2 hanging baskets, and they lasted. They provided tomatoes for my dad and Stephanie for all summer.
The rabbits eat everything here.
Yeah, that's why I don't put real flowers on my mum's grave. I buy fake flowers.
Yeah.
Because my mum said, don't ever put real flowers on, my grave. Make sure they're fake because the rabbits will eat them all. I agree.
Yeah, I don't bother with vegetables anymore because the rabbits just eat a lot of them. But I'm going to do tomatoes and peas in a pod this year and leave it at that. Maybe put some strawberries in some baskets.
Oh, strawberries would be nice. I'll tell you one thing that did get eaten. I left a pair of my Crocs outside and the fucking foxes nicked them. I found them. I found some with like bite marks out of them and across the middle of the garden.
Bit of toe jam. They like the toe jam.
Yeah, that's right. Thank you.
Bring on the toe jam.
Yeah.
Got any more shoes?
Oh, and last year, last April. Yeah, it was last April. we found this little they'd had babies, and it got itself stuck around one of the backs of the shrubs in between two really tight like stems, and it got stuck there and it died.
Oh.
Oh, it's terrible.
Oh, yeah, you know what happened? That happened at my wife's in my wife's garden. Got caught in a fence and died. I think
It's awful. I didn't know what to do. I was like, oh my God. So I was like, you're going to have to bury it. I said to my dad and my son, I said, you're going to have to bury it. My son cut it out and got it out. And my dad was like, you can't do that. The other foxes will eat it. I was like, oh my God. So it sounds horrible, but there was a skip next door. So my dad and Joseph, they bagged it all up and done it nicely and just put it underneath something because...
Done it nicely.
Skip. No, that sounds awful. No, but they like bagged it up. Do you know what I mean? In black and bits
They
like
put
that.
it in a skiffle nicely.
Yeah, it's been eaten and picked over by birds at the tips, no doubt. It's horrible, isn't it?
Yeah, 9 times out of 10 they just die out there in the wild anyway, don't they?
Yeah, it was so little, and I just felt so bad for it. But we do have 2 pigeons that live in our garden. We've got loads of birds and shit that live in our garden, but the pigeon, it's really quite thick and it's really fat and it keeps flying into the window. It won't learn.
Oh.
So like every month when the window cleaner comes, there's always this like splattered fat bird mark on the upstairs window. But you can actually see it's like you can actually see a print out of this round body, these 2 wings, and its face sideways.
Yeah, we got loads of birds here. It's just full of birds up here. So I mean, I've always lived up in built-up areas, but living here, I can't believe the amount of different birds we've got in this country.
Yeah, we have the parakeets. They come every year. Fill the trees, go completely like a luminous green. Beautiful. They're not noisy.
Yeah. Yeah, we've got pigeons here, but we don't really get that many pigeons here.
No, we've only got the 2.
Yeah, we've got kites here that live here. They're beautiful.
Yeah, we do.
Red kites, they're really lovely.
Yeah, and I was driving the other night. It's really late, and I was driving, and I saw there was like a big white owl in the middle of. I was going through the Windscrape Park. And there was this great big white owl. I couldn't believe it. Flew right in front of me. I was like, shit, like a barn. Oh, I don't know what it is. It's barn owl, isn't it? I don't know if it's an eagle owl. Is it? It was white, and it was an owl. I could not believe my eyes because I'd not seen one in the wild like that before.
Yeah. When I used to live in Waltham Abbey, I used to see a white owl, and it used to scour the field because I used to walk around the fields around my dog quite a lot, and I used to see this white. I'm sure it was an owl. It might have. I don't know what it was. It must have been an owl or something.
But because I mean their faces are flat, aren't they? So they're quite.
Yeah.
Quite easily to distinguish is one. Do you know what I mean? Because it's big as well.
Yeah, but this one was always in flight. It wasn't sitting in trees, but it used to scour the land like they're proper hunters, though, aren't they? It might have been was it? Can you get white kestrels?
Yeah,
no, I'm sure it was an owl. I'm sure it was.
I've not seen one of those, but this was definitely an owl. It was too big and broad. Do you know what I mean? It was too owl-like not to be an owl.
Yeah.
But we have those kestrels and kites or whatever flying over, and when you can know that they're out there because the other birds go mad.
Yeah.
You know, like flying around everywhere. But the pigeons made a nest in our apple tree.
Oh.
I know.
Oh, do you know what? You say that right.
I didn't realise there was a nest in there, and I was asking about getting some apples off the tree. And I looked up, and all of a sudden, I could just see these 3 little heads looking over the edge of the nest, looking at me. Yeah. And I was like, "Oh, God, I've never seen a pigeon's nest either."
Do you know what? They're right scruffy, their nests, aren't they? I was cutting my trees down, right, and I ripped all the branches off of the tree, right, and then I didn't realise there was a bird's nest in this tree, right, but it was too late because I'd already exposed it, right, so the pigeon fucked off, but it just left the eggs there. So when it come to cutting the other trees down, because I'd done them like over the months, I didn't just get out there and do them all because they're over 100 foot high, and I was doing it all on my own. It wasn't like I had a firm coming and done it. I'd done them all myself because I couldn't afford to have people do them for me.
Expensive.
I might even put the videos up of me pulling them down.
Yeah.
And then I come to this tree, and there was a pigeon in there. It was just staring at me, right? And I see it, and I thought, oh, I'm going to leave that tree, because I felt really bad about the first one that I'd taken
You
down.
don't know, do you? I mean,
Yeah. So I left the tree there, right? And it was quite funny because it had the baby. It only had one. It had the baby, and it was living in that nest for ages, right? Until it was time for the pigeon to fly.
Yeah.
So when it flew off, I left it a little while, and then I cut the tree down, and it was so funny. I had this stump. It was about 6 to 8 foot high, and the pigeon kept coming back to the tree and sitting on this stump.
Because I think they use the same nest each year, or the same nesting place each year?
I don't know, but it was really funny because it kept looking at me, and it was like, "Where's my fucking tree
gone?
gone?"
You go to my home.
Yeah, like the baby's already flown away, and I thought everyone was going to live happily ever after and all go and do their thing. But this pigeon kept coming back to this tree stump.
You're nice. You're
And I was
nice.
like-
You are.
I was like, "Mate, you're going to have to fuck off because I've got a cat." And it's walking around my garden as well. I'm like, "I've got a fucking cat here. The cat will get you." So I'm trying to shoo it off, and then it's going to cross the river, sitting in a tree over there, looking at me, making me feel really guilty.
You're gonna have
I'm
to go
like,
find
"Oh
a
my god,
singer.
I can't believe this. How bad is that?" I feel really bad, and I let its baby grow up and everything and go.
It's so ungrateful.
Yeah, that's what I
makes me laugh.
thought.
That we've got a little robin that always comes back, right? And it likes my dad. Not interested in me or anybody else, but it likes my dad. And in the morning, I could hear my dad talking to it. And my dad goes, "Helen, come down here quick." Every day. I go, "Yes, Dad."
Do you know what I've got along this river that I've never seen before? We've
What?
actually got our own kingfisher that
Have
lives
you?
along here. Unbelievable! What an amazing bird,
Protected kingfishers.
eh?
Are kingfishers protected?
I don't know. I don't think it matters if they're not, because you can never catch one. They're like Spitfires. What the colours in them though, like the blue.
Beautiful.
It's unbelievable, the colour in it. Unbelievable. And now they are so quick. But yeah, we've actually got our own kingfisher that lives
That's
along this river.
wonderful. That's well cool.
Yeah, you don't see it very often, but when you see it, you're in awe of it. You just think, like, that
Yeah,
is
it's
beautiful.
stunning. I'd like to. It's like when you go, the different birds, the tropical birds and stuff. When you go abroad, it's like, it's just beautiful. There's so many beautiful things in nature. Even the ugly things are beautiful in their own way, in their own ugliness.
Do you know what? I went to Australia. I had an holiday in Australia because I've got family over there, and they took us down to a beach one day, and we was seeing kangaroos on the beach. That's mind blowing, seeing a kangaroo on the beach, right? And then they've got these birds over there, right, that look like parrots. And what's that noise? Yeah, and
Hold on, my speaker's gone funny. Let me jump off and jump on.
Okay.
My whole phone's gone funny.
Happy day. How's everyone doing in the chat? How comes no one is talking in the chat and we got 11 on the thing? Is that all the trolls just looking for something to gossip about later? I don't care about you wonky people out there. I don't care. You'll never have a better life than me until you stop worrying about other people and you think about yourselves and your lives. Oh dear, I can really hear that river running fast, sloshing all around my boat. That water don't go up anymore tomorrow because I'm going to have to abandon my boat because of the animals. Oh dear. Hey, 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 it's a beautiful day. Tra la 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 la. La 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 la. Hi, Dave. You still there, Dave? Happy days. Where's Helen gone? She's having technical issues. I've nearly finished my beer. I might have to go and get another one. Oh, God. I'm supposed to be going out for a meal with my son tomorrow. I don't know if I want to go out, to be honest with you. Living on this boat for a long time, you don't really feel like socialising with people anymore. But he's supposed to be coming down here. We're supposed to be going out for something to eat, him and his mates and stuff. Means I'll have to have a shower. Boat life. Do you know what? I'm so glad the other day we knew this weather was coming in, and my friend said, "Oh, she's going shopping." I said, "Oh, let me come with you." I went with her. We filled up with diesel. We filled up with water. Well, I had water anyway because I've got a 600-litre tank, and I went and filled that up that day as well. And we went and got our food, shopping, and everything. And then the day after that, whoa, the track got wrecked. Snow everywhere. So yeah, I had a right result. So I got diesel in the heater, diesel in the engine. I got a gas bottle in the gas thing, in the gas heater, in case the diesel heater packs up. But yeah, I got well in front this time. Happy days. See, that's the trouble with boat life. You can never take nothing for granted, and don't put off today what you could do. Don't put off till tomorrow what you could do today, because you'll regret it. Because it can be lovely here one day, and the next day you could have horrible, horrible weather, and it makes everything so much harder to do. That's the only thing I don't like about that is the bad weather. Thinking of moving to Spain. I keep thinking about moving to Spain. If I sold everything up, I can move to Spain and be quite comfortable. But at the same time, this setup I've got here could be my pension. I could just rent it all out. Go on cruises and stuff. Who knows? No, I'll probably end up doing track days. Instead of retiring and giving up, just do track days.
Hi, sorry. I don't know what was
Hi.
going on there. It was weird. My phone keeps freezing. But just having
Is
a
it
hot
hot?
flush. What?
Yeah. If it's hot, it probably plays
Oh,
out.
yeah, it's really hot.
Yeah.
It's
What
well
are you actually on here on your phone?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they
I
don't
could do
like
it through my laptop, but I've
you
never
know,
done it through my laptop. So
yeah. A lot of people say that when you go on StreamYard that it does suck the energy out of your phone and
yeah,
makes them hot.
yeah, a few people have said that to me as well, and it does every single time. I have to
Yeah.
completely turn my phone off, reboot it, because it just freezes it. It goes all like weird. It goes like delayed. So I'm pressing the button and it won't respond quick enough. So I press it about 100 times, and then all of a sudden it starts doing it when I'm not even touching it.
Yeah, I know. I've been.
Because I get
I'm on my
frustrated
laptop.
with it.
I'm on my laptop at the moment, but I haven't got a screen on my laptop.
Oh yeah,
so
yeah, because it accidentally fell onto your fist.
Yeah.
That's the better way of describing it.
Yeah. Do you know, I keep looking online, but they want £100 for that screen. I thought I might as well buy a cheap laptop.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. But I'm gonna concentrate on my drone and my auditing rather than worry about that sort of thing. But
I got a really good deal on Amazon with my laptop. It should have been 800 and something quid, and I got it for 265 on sale.
That's a good deal. That's a good deal, but it's still too dear for me.
Yeah, but there was a lot of them on there. But I was quite. I was pleased with that because to be quite honest, it doesn't need to be like super duper whooper. I mean, my son got one of those. We bought him an Apple laptop thing, an iMac or whatever it's called, when he went off to university. But then he had to have something like really good. Do you know what I mean? For uni, you do, don't you?
Yeah. Well, I was talking to. Well, I was up a friend of mine's the other day, and she had one of her friends come down, and she had this laptop, and she opened it up, folded it over so it was in half, and she could take it in half as well. And I go,
yeah, I know.
Oh,
I was looking at one of those.
them.
I'm kind of like, I wish. Yeah, I know. I'm a little bit gutted. I think I would have liked one of those, but this one was because it was
quite
such a good deal. Because it was such a good deal, I was like, really, can I justify not getting that when it's such a good deal?
Oh, okay, Dave. Thanks for coming on.
So.
Yeah, I'd like to get a really nice laptop, but I just can't afford to get one while I'm here at the moment. Until I get a job.
Well, the thing is that everything's gone up so much, isn't it? Everything goes up in price, and it never seems to fucking come down. Although I did notice that the petrol station, I didn't notice it had come down, but it has come down. But it's still one.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, what they like to do is put something right up and then give you 10 pence off, so you're grateful.
Yeah.
But it's still through the roof.
Yeah. And it's like when they put the petrol up, we were still using the petrol at that point. The petrol that was being used was still the petrol that was bought at the lower price. So why did we have to pay the higher price earlier than we had to? Well,
because that's what they do.
I know.
That's what they do. They keep the price up as high as they can as well. It's like that red diesel that we burn for our heaters, right?
Yeah.
When I moved here 4 years ago, it's 74 pence a litre, right? Now, well, it went up to £1.50, right? Doubled.
That's a lot.
Your benefits don't double, and then
exactly.
And then when all this shit stopped happening, whatever it was, it went down 10 pence, and we're all supposed to be grateful. But now it's £1.25, and we think, oh well, that's good, but
it's not. It's still more expensive.
It's disgusting for red diesel. You can't even
really
put it in
bad.
the car or nothing.
No, if you get caught with that, you're in big trouble.
Yeah, it's pathetic.
Unless, of course, you buy yourself a tractor and drive around in a tractor. It's a little bit difficult going shopping with that, though. It's a bit hard to get around the multi-story.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, I don't mind paying for the diesel that goes in the car because I don't really go far anymore. You know what I mean? I just go to the shops and back, or the doctors.
Yeah,
and
I do. I just potter about.
You know what I mean? I don't really go that far, so it don't really matter to me. But when I have to have red diesel all through the winter, that's when it really hits me.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
Yeah, it's fucking bullshit, really, but that's the way it is. That's the way they like us to suffer.
Our gas and electric went through the roof. I mean, it's just ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. We didn't pay what they wanted. No way. They wanted to put our direct debit up to £1,100 a month.
Do you know what I reckon?
923, and then they wanted to put up to £1,100 a month.
Yeah. Do you know why they reckon all this has gone up though so much? You know all the immigrants that are coming over on the boats. They're sticking them all in hotels and everything, and we're paying for it all. That's why everything's gone up.
I mean, I was listening to when I was driving the other day. I was listening on the radio, and it was saying that the Prime Minister was like, if you don't come in the legal way, they're literally going to turn you back or whatever. But I don't really know much about it, and because I don't politics drives me insane, and do you know what I mean? It does have. I'm just not interested in politics as such. Do you know what I mean?
I'm not. Well, there's a right way of doing something. There's a right way of doing something and a wrong way of doing something. And it's like the system seems to let them in and just pay for everything, whereas the legit ones that go through all the proper procedures, half of them get kicked back.
Yeah.
Half of them, you have to have money when you come over here.
But
You're not allowed to work for so long. There's so many rules put on them, but the ones that actually come across on the boats get put up, and they just get everything.
It's almost like it's not fair. You get rewarded for doing something not the right way, but because I had that, I thought to myself when I heard it on the radio, I thought to myself, well, yes, that's all well and good, yes, put your foot down with them coming in illegally, but you need to increase the services to let them, for them to come in and improve the services for them, the process for them to come in legally. Because if your process for coming in through the legal route is crap, when they are entitled to come in, then what else are they going to do?
Yeah, but what you've got to look at as well is half of these people have already gone across countries that are safe places,
and they're being trafficked as well. A lot of them are being trafficked, and unfortunately, you're never ever going to get rid of that, because whilst they it's always going to be there. It's always going to be there, because there's always going to be somebody that wants to make money on exploiting somebody else.
I'm just so annoyed that everything's so double standard, and it's like they tell us to abide by the law and do this, and they make the rules up to suit them, and it always comes out of our pocket, always, which I think is unfair. If you're going to do something,
I'll tell you what does annoy me. I'll tell you what does annoy me is when they've changed the bins, so that the black bin only goes every 2 weeks. Now, why? Because they haven't reduced the cost of the waste thing on your council tax.
Do you know what they do with our rubbish?
Yeah, well, my ex used to work at the tip thing. So
yeah, but do you know what they actually do with our rubbish? Once they sort it all out, it goes to these power plants, and the power plants burn it and sell the electric to us with the rubbish that they've.
Right, so we buy
So
the
they
stuff,
charge us,
pay for them to take it away for us and do it, and then we pay for it again. Yeah,
we pay through the nose for the electric that we've supplied the rubbish to burn to make the electric.
That's marvellous.
Yeah. I mean, it has to go through a few processes, but at the end of the day, we're still paying for it.
Yeah.
We paid to have it taken away, and then we paid to have it get it back, but in a different form.
It's just
Yeah, that's what a lot of these power stations are run on, is our rubbish.
It's just insane.
Yeah.
Everything drives me, it just doesn't aggravate me, but it's like you just feel like sometimes, like, come on, give everybody a bit of a break, because people work really hard. If you can't work, you can't work because there is a reason you can't work, but it doesn't mean you don't work. Do as much as you can, what you can, right?
Yeah.
And
I always thought
still they just want to bend you over and just
see what they can find up there to burn.
Yeah.
And sell it back to you.
They can have whatever's up my dog's arse, I can tell you that, because it stinks like roadkill. He's been quite good tonight, but he did nick a bit of my chicken left on my plate when I quickly went to the toilet.
God, that's the worst for dogs, isn't it? They love it, but I've noticed that with my dog, whenever I give her a bit of chicken, she proper stings.
Yeah, and they do really stink. My little girl dog, she doesn't. She's very ladylike. She doesn't do stinky blow-offs, but she is rather overweight at the moment, to say the least. She's a little pig. But you can't help it. She sits up in front of you like a meerkat and waves at you with her 2 front paws. I didn't teach my dogs anything like that, but she does it, and she looks at you, and she's got one blue eye and one brown eye.
Oh yeah, I see the
she's
picture.
She's got a wall and she's just beautiful, and she's my little Betty Boo Boos, and I just can't help it. It's just lovely, and she wakes me up. She'll come and tap me if I fall asleep on the sofa. She'll dig at my arm for cuddles, and if I say to her sleep, she lays down straight away, closes her eyes, and then opens one and looks at me. But,
Yeah. It is really bad from though human food. It's too rich for
Yeah.
dogs.
it is. I tend to. They have a can of dog food kind of as a treat ish. But you're really meant to just keep them on dry dog food, aren't you?
Well, my
It's meant to
dog.
be the best.
When I
Yeah.
talk to my friends, right, I can't believe how much my dog eats compared to my friends' dogs. And she's not fat; she's skinny.
No,
She
I mean
eats.
my other two are nice. They're like perfect in size. But Betty,
Yeah.
she's, I suppose, a typical woman. She's just moment on the lips, lifetime on the hips, isn't it, girl? Yeah, she says it is.
It don't seem to be like that with my dog. She just burns it off like nothing. It's like, why do you eat so much, but yet you're not fat?
I know. Well, the two boys, they eat and eat and eat. I mean, the big dog, he really eats, and the other big dog, well, the puppy that I've just got, that my dad's on holiday, he's not going to be too pleased when he comes back. Is eating, I know, but it is adorable. Is it eats a lot. Tank will eat like one of those big mega cans. He will like eat one of those in one go.
Yeah.
But the other two, they have like 3/4 of a can, something like that. But then they have their dry food down as well. But I'm a bugger for buying them treats. But I buy them, like proper treats from the pet shop that's like, like duck feet or chicken feet or
Yeah.
that kind of thing.
Yeah. It's probably why it stinks when it farts.
Oh my God, don't. I went in there one day and I was like, oh, that's new. And I picked it up. I was like, oh, they look good. I was carrying it around in the shop. That's when I just had the three. I carried the three around. So I said, I'll have those, right? The usual lot that I get, all right, the normal, right, natural stuff, whatever. And she was like, do you know? I was like, they're new. She was like, yes, that's a pizzle. I was like, a pizzle? She was like, do you know what a pizzle is?
A pizzle?
A pizzle. I went,
never heard of it.
She went, it's a bull's penis.
Oh.
Oh my God, I nearly threw up in the shop. I was like, oh my God. I was like, I can't even look at it. And of course, she'd already put it through the till and like bought it. And I didn't want to make a scene. And I was like, my hands have touched it. I just felt ill. And when I carried it out the car, I put the bag around it. So, because it was too big to go in the bag. So I put a bag around it so I didn't have to touch it. It was pathetic. And I thought, I'm not going to go through this torture by myself. So the dogs had them. They were laying in the garden on the grass. It was in the sun. They loved it, right? But I kept thinking, right?
Yeah.
I thought, I'm not going through this by myself. So I thought, right. So I took a picture. I sent it to my son of like his dog eating this thing. I was like, look at Leonard. He's got a new treat in the shop. And Joe's like, oh, that looks really good. What is that? I went, bull's penis. Wow.
My dog's shitting herself because I'm online. She's under the table.
Well,
So-
I'll tell you what, my girl dog, if you say the words, I've got to be careful, Alexa, even if I say it like whisper it, if you say the Alexa word,
Yeah.
she starts shaking and starts running around and like panicking and she's petrified of that word.
It's mad, isn't it?
It's crazy. Just that word.
Yeah.
She's
It's like
looking
she's
at
sitting
me.
there shitting herself and there's nothing going on.
Yeah.
I'm just talking
Betty will
online.
run. She'll literally go into a panic. She'll start shaking and run underneath like a cupboard, try and hide underneath a cupboard that she can't get under.
Yeah.
And I don't know why.
I'd let her go out, but it's just too rough out there. I don't want to take the chance.
Yeah, you never. Yeah, I wouldn't. And Leonard, he's scared of ice cream tubs
Oh, right.
and cream. Yeah, if I get a pot of cream out of the fridge or ice cream out in a tub, he legs it.
Yeah, my dog don't like plastic bottles because like when you hold a bottle of water and then it pops and clicks.
Yeah, maybe
She
it's
hates that.
maybe it's.
But-
I don't know what it is.
But if I've got an empty one, she just wants it so she can chew it to bits.
Yeah.
It's mad. She starts shaking and everything when she sees it pop. And then when it's empty, she'll want to beat it up. She's got to get the lid off. That's her mission. Every now and then I let her have one, but I have to watch her because I want to make sure she don't swallow the lid. She won't leave it alone until she's chewed all the end up and the lid's come off and the little ring round it as well. She's got to get that off of it, and then she's happy. She's killed the bottle. and then I have to pick it up and throw it in the bin.
They just destroy everything constant. I mean, I can't. I bought Leonard. I mean, Leonard's like everything. Every toy is his. You know, Tank's a bit like, yeah, it's all right, but you know, I'm a bit dopey and I don't really know what it is. Betty's like, I'm not interested. So all I want to do is play with my Ballie. That's all she wants to do all her life. Eat, poo, and play ball. That's her life.
Oh.
But Leonard thinks he's human, but he loves toys. He's got a space hopper toy. He's got a miniature space hopper that they had in the pet shop. I couldn't believe it. It was £7. I grabbed it. Tank destroyed his in a second, but Leonard's still got his. But those like long snake things, you know, like the material things that have got a squeaky in it or whatever. They last about 5 minutes at the most.
Yeah.
And all he wants is the squeaky out of it.
Yeah, they all do that though. And because to me it's like, I don't know, it's like a baby crying to them, but they destroy the squeaky and then the toy is of no use to them.
Yeah, well, I found that they had this new toy in the pet shop. It's a plastic carrot, but it's got a real loud like real squeaky in it, but it's quite hard plastic. I thought, right, because he would just destroy anything, Leonard. He's awful, but he's kept it nice. He's nibbled the top of the little green bits on the top, the leaves, but he's kept the whole carrot nice, and he's ever so proud of it, and it goes everywhere with him. It's bloody carrot. I know, it's pathetic.
Carrot.
I know, it's carrot. He loves vegetables and fruit more than probably dog food.
Wow.
He must be a vegetarian.
Yeah.
Are you going to sleep? Oh, he's a good boy. He's a good boy, Len's.
How old's that one then?
Leonard's 14.
All right.
Betty's 12. And Tank is coming up really bad. Yeah, Tank's 10 now.
All right. They're all quite old then, aren't they?
Yeah, never mind. And then we've got Villain, who's 8 months.
Oh, so you got all that to go through.
But she, it's a lovely dog. My cousin's dog had puppies, but
when my dog passes away, I'm not getting any more.
Oh, you're not? I don't know. I've got to go through it. Well, now I've got to go through it 4 times, and I'm dreading it.
Yeah,
Sometimes I wake up and Leonard's so fast asleep that I poke him.
Yeah. I do that with my dog sometimes because like they're getting at that age where you think how long they're gonna last.
I know. Well, my dad come running up the stairs about a month, 6 weeks ago, and he come running up and quick, Helen, I think Leonard's dying. I was like, oh my God. I flew downstairs and he said to me, he kind of like collapsed on his side. I don't know whether he had like a little fit or something.
Do you give him spot
on? What?
Do you give him spot on or frontline?
I can't remember which one. I don't give him the one that causes a reaction. I think isn't it spot on that does the reaction?
I'm not sure, but I don't actually treat my dog for fleas anymore because I watched I had a cat
that had a seizure with one of those and it killed it.
Yeah, but the thing is, you don't know because it normally happens 2 weeks after you've given it. You don't associate it with the treatment you give them.
Oh, it was awful. She was foaming at the mouth and everything.
I was kind of lucky in a way because I'd watched a few YouTube videos, just randomly see them, and I watched them, and it was about dogs having seizures, and these people had related it to the flea treatment they gave their dogs, but it happened weeks after they'd given the treatment. And it was just so lucky that I saw that because before that, about a year before that, my dog had a seizure in the garden.
Really?
And you could see the panic in her face. She couldn't stand up properly.
Oh.
She was wobbling everywhere and had the shakes and that. So I just settled her down, and then I thought nothing of it. And then I saw that video. And I'd give her
I mean, I must admit, the vet sends me the wormers and the things or whatever.
They don't give a fuck if it helps your dog or not. All they want is your money.
Honest, yes, the wormers that I give them, but the flea treatment, my Jack Russell's are white, pure. Leonard's pure white with just brown patches on his eyes. Betty's black and white, but she's got quite wiry, thin fur. I can see it. They're with me constant. Do you know what I mean? They're right there. If I go to the toilet, they follow me in the toilet. I mean, it's like, leave me alone. And Tank's got such short hair, you'd notice it anyway. So the only one that might be a problem is this one. Eyeballs looking at me. She's got jet black fur with green eyes.
Yeah, I don't think it matters what colour their fur is.
No, but it's going to be hard to spot the fleas on a black dog.
Oh, right.
Isn't it black fur? So harder than these two because Tank's white and brown.
Yeah.
Like patches. Leonard's completely white with brown eyes, and Betty's black and white.
It's like I've noticed it's like a seasonal thing out here because I live out in the.
Yeah, I suppose when it comes to spring, isn't it? When they go through the grass and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's like they go through this 3-month period where they get fleas and I can't get rid of them, and then they go. But because I live out in the sticks, if you call it the sticks, off grid, it's like you really, really notice it. Whereas I never noticed it before when I was like living in towns and that. Living out here, you're guaranteed they'll get it at a certain time of the year and they'll have it for that amount of time and then it goes away. It happens the same with my cat and my dog.
Yeah, and I noticed that, I don't know what it is, I suppose it's because Leonard's the only one that likes to go like adventuring off if I take them like out over like the woodlands and stuff like that, or he'll be in the trees or the bushes in the garden, and he'll be the only one. If any one of these are going to get a tick, it will be Leonard.
Yeah.
And he just goes completely crazy. Like if you go near him with any kind of piece of equipment to try and get it out or whatever, he's like, oh, no way.
Yeah, I'm lucky enough. My dog ain't had any ticks, but she's definitely had a lot of fleas since she's been out here.
He's only had 2, but one of them was massive. It was right like in his groin area, and it was massive. And he had like a big red mark. Oh, it's awful.
Yeah, because you can't just pull it out, can you?
No, you can't. I took him up to the vets. They done it.
Yeah.
But, he's getting. I think he's going a bit senile because some days he just sits there. You can tell he just sits and looks at the wall sometimes, and I'm like, "What are you looking at?" Or he sits there and just stares at you, and you think, "What are you doing?"
Is he going blind, you reckon?
No, but I think he's going senile. Bless him, because there's been 2 occasions now. No, 3 in his lifetime that he's gone for Tank, and I mean, Tank could kill him. Because he's a big American bulldog, and they've got, that you could kill him in one go. And Leonard's like a Tasmanian devil. I mean, he just latched onto his neck. I mean, I've never seen anything like it. It was horrifying. And I shouted at them and grabbed it, and Tank was just stood there like, oh my God, something's happening.
Yeah.
And, he just stood there the first time, and Leonard was like attached to. I was like, oh my God. Second time, Tank was like, no, I'm not going to put up with this. And he just picked him up and slammed him on the patio. And I was like, oh, like a great white slams a seal.
Yeah.
It was like that. I was like, oh my God, Leonard's like a lump. So we had to go to the vet. And the vet was like, yeah, he's all right, but we'll just give him a little bit of a painkiller because he's probably got a headache. And he was like, you're really lucky because Tank could kill him. He said, Tank's so placid. Thank God. Then
You're really lucky.
He'd done it again. He'd done it again about 9 months later. And this time Tank was like, fuck you. And he just put his whole head in his mouth. There was like, you couldn't see his head. And I was like, oh my God. And I let go. And Tank was like, oh, sorry. But it was like a £2,500 bill. He had all these, he had puncture wounds in his neck. He had to have under his jaw stapled the skin. He had like a big little scratch on the top of his head.
Oh.
And he got back up. He started it. He got back up and attacked him again.
I hate it when dogs fight. It makes me feel ill.
It makes me feel ill. I can't stand it. And it makes you shake as well. It makes you, it's scary.
My dog had a fight out here one day. We had
and you end up saying, no.
Well, funny enough, I was renting a garden down the other end of this complex, and there was a guy and a bird had 2 Rottweilers,
Oh my
and
God.
they used to walk past my garden, and my dog barks at any animal that goes past. She goes into a frenzy, right? That's why I have to have a fence. So my dog's seen these two Rottweilers, but I was living down that end at the time, and he had bushes at the front of the garden, but he had chicken wire. So first of all, we had the chicken wire there, and the bushes have grown over the years, but the chicken wire still in the fence.
Right.
And my dog always used to stay in the garden. She's gone for these two Rottweilers, right? Straight through the chicken wire, just a massive hole through this chicken wire, right? I'm in the garden, and I've got to go over to the gate to get out of the gate now. I've just kicked the gates open, gone running across the field, because now she's fighting with two Rottweilers.
Oh my God.
And I'm like, fuck. So I just dived on my dog, screwed her up in a ball, and then just laid on top of her and kicked the other dogs away until the owners got hold of the dogs. And I'm like, you fucking idiot. But the only injury she had was where she'd gone through the chicken wire and it had all ripped open. A bit of the chicken wire caught on one of her legs and cut one of them open. But it was like about a 2-inch cut, but it wasn't that bad.
She was
But
so
I didn't notice it till I got home. But like I was like, for fuck's sake, like it's like, why send a woman out with two dogs like that?
Yeah,
I
well,
mean,
you see,
I
we
never
had-
get it
no.
when people take dogs out when they can't control them if it all goes off. Because people
Exactly.
always
And
go,
you've got to think,
"Oh,
you know,
the dogs are lovely."
you can't ever trust an animal and know an animal
No,
for
you
100%.
You
No matter
can't.
how much you know them, you don't, because they're an
Yeah,
animal.
I've seen lovely dogs go for kids and stuff like that, and it's
Exactly. I mean,
like,
you know,
fucking
and
hell.
you've got to be a responsible owner. Even like having a Jack, even Jack, I mean, they can still rip the throat out of a child. Still, you know, I mean,
I never let my dog off the lead ever.
I don't.
Ever. I never let her off the lead. But yeah, you'll always get someone that's got this really friendly dog and they never put a lead on it, and then it comes
runs
over,
up to you, yeah, and my dog
comes over and starts a fight with my dog, and it's like, your dog done this. I was like, mate, my dog's on a fucking lead.
Yeah,
Why
my
can
dogs
you
are
blame
horrible
me?
when we go out walking. If they see another dog, horrible. They're
It fucking
unruly.
drives me
They
up.
bark. They want to eat them. Betty's all right, but Leonard sets them all off because he's like fucking thug, lager out, Asbo Leonard. But
do you know what? If I actually take my dog out on the lead, she's fine with other dogs.
Oh, terrible.
It will aggravate her a bit, but she's nothing like when she's in my garden.
Mine are just terrible, full stop. When they see another dog, it's awful.
Yeah.
It's actually embarrassing at times.
Yeah.
Because they want to kill it.
Yeah. She's a bit like that. Yeah.
And
that's why I never let her off the lead.
My dad took Leonard out one day. Leonard bloody slipped the lead, saw this other dog and bolted and tried to bite this other dog. Right, my dad went running over, grabbed Leonard, and he didn't know what to say. And he said to the woman, he went, "I'm ever so sorry, he's a rescue dog and he was abused." I went, "Dad, you can't say that." He said, "I didn't know what else to say. I was worried that she was going to I was going to have to pay for vet bills."
Yeah.
But, it is horrible. But they get on all right with each other. And he loves Betty. He cleans Betty's eyes every day. He plays with her, but he just has moments, don't you, darling? Yeah.
Yeah, they can't be trusted, that's for sure.
No,
I mean, I know a guy that
horrible.
had these two big dogs. I can't remember what the dogs were, but he used to breed them, right? And he left them in the house, and they got on really well together. He come home, and there was a fucking bloodbath in his house.
Oh my God.
One of the dogs was dead.
Yeah, well, that's why I never leave Leonard and Tank together because they're each other. But I never leave Betty. I mean, Betty and Tank. But Tank is in love with Betty. He loves her to death. But I still wouldn't leave them together because, especially being an American Bulldog, they strip their prey, so they skin them. And I can't bear the thought of it. Do you know what I mean? It's just irresponsible. But when when my son was younger, we lived in this little turning, and the bloke directly opposite us in this little cul-de-sac, he had these 2 pit bulls, and I mean, they're lovely dogs, but he just used to open the front door and let them run. But you know, Joseph came down. Joseph used to take the dog out before he went to school, and just up to the top of the road and back. And he came back with Leonard, and all of a sudden I heard, "Mum!" Like, listen, and my ex, I mean, he was a bastard, but I mean, I'm glad he was there that day, because he leapt up, and he always kept a bat at the front door, and he grabbed this baseball bat and he ran out there, and these 2 dogs. Joseph had I mean, he was only like 7 or 8, and he had Leonard with his arms stretched at the top, off the floor with the lead, because he didn't know what else to do. And these dogs were on Joseph. And then Lawrence just grabbed Leonard and literally threw him over the garden gate to get him out of the way. And these dogs, as they went for Joseph, he hit these 2 dogs with this baseball bat. There was nothing else he could do, because they were coming full pelt, mouth open at my child. And the owner come running out. Well, the son come running out, and Lawrence hit this bloke straight in the face with a baseball bat. He hit him with it. I was like, oh shit! But he hit him. So he just went wallop. Like, get your fucking dogs away from my son. You know, it was like, oh shit. But you know, you can't do that. And then Dad came out with an air rifle. Of course, you don't know if it's an air rifle.
Yeah.
I was like, oh shit! I was inside with Joseph. I was like, so I called the police. They sent armed response. And that was really quite cool, because all you see, you heard nothing, and all of a sudden you just see all these red dots appear all over this bloke, all over the neighbour.
Yeah.
Which was quite cool.
Not talk about air rifles. That's got me in trouble on YouTube before.
Oh really? Mm.
Yeah. Yeah. I had the police turn up here because of a certain woman on YouTube.
Oh my god!
Yeah, it's quite funny, really. But they're coming in.
Well, I can't talk about that either. I've had that experience too. But so
I can talk about it, but it's just one of them boring subjects, isn't it?
Yeah.
In fact, I'm getting fed up with talking about dogs now. To be honest with you, it's find something else to talk about. What should we talk about? Well, I'm still floating.
Oh, you're over the other side of the park now. You'll be able to sail down to the shops.
Well, the river's so bad tonight. I can't see nothing out there at all. But I'm just hoping my rope holds up. That's all you worry about is your ropes. You hope your ropes hold up when the weather's because it ain't that bad out there. But the river is really high and it's running really fast here at the moment. So it's really pounding against the boat. And if these ropes break, you're in trouble. Yeah,
because you sway, don't you? You know, it's like
this boat will be out of control because even if I started the engines up and tried to get control of the boat can't go fast enough to compensate for how fast the river's going. You couldn't fight it.
I suppose by the time one rope snaps, you're going to go sideways.
Yeah, and it'll tip. But yeah, and I've got to worry about fucking getting the cat and the dog off. I worry. Do you know what? I worry more about the dog than the cat because the cat seems so like.
I know, but cats do look after themselves. They're more independent than the dog.
I mean, my cat can get on and off this boat, no problem. My dog shits himself while it's like this. Let me just get a beer. I won't be a sec. I've got one beer left. I might as well drink it.
It'd be rude not to. I ordered this mojito from when I ordered my food earlier. I didn't even realise that it did them at the takeaway because it's a new restaurant. But I've had my strawberry one, only one. So I don't usually have things like this because it makes my Crohn's bad. But I just really felt like it tonight. When I saw it, I thought, oh yes, strawberry mojito, yes please.
I wish I had a chef here. I'd get him to cook me something to eat. I'm a bit hungry.
Well, I have got some fried chicken. Some fried chicken, like KFC.
Oh God, I can't eat that fucking takeaway stuff anymore. I had a chicken curry tonight. What I made myself.
Nice.
Made myself. I took it out of a tin. I had a chicken curry with rice and naan bread tonight. It was lovely.
Sometimes I get, mind you, sometimes I get fed up with cooking, but sometimes I'm just too lazy to cook. But
I'm a
my
bit
dad
like
got this. Well, Stephanie made my dad buy this Ninja cooker thing. You know, that's like all-in-one thing that does air frying and pressure
right,
cooker and whatever. It does everything. I was like, I'm not using that shit. I'm not using that. I was like, why did you buy that for? It's meant to be really good. You don't use as much electric. I was like, okay, but I'm
it's
not
better
using
than a microwave. I haven't used a microwave for years.
No, I haven't. And I was like, I am not using that, right? So I thought, right, when they went out, I thought, I'm going to use it tonight. I hardly ever eat chips, right? But I thought, I fancy some chips. I'm going to try it in that air fryer. Well, they were the best bloody chips I've ever had, ever cooked myself.
Yeah,
it's wonderful.
Really good, aren't they?
Really good. And now I won't use the oven. Everything I want to cook, everything I want to try and cook it in this bloody thing.
Yeah.
I don't.
Some of them air fryers, you can actually cook a whole chicken in, can't you?
Yeah, this one does. It's got a pressure cooker. It's got a slow cooker. It's got a normal cooker. It's got all. It does everything.
That's like an air fryer oven, isn't it?
Yeah, that's it. It's a Ninja something. I can't remember. It's quite big, but like Stephanie's really good at making soups and stuff, especially chicken soups. That's like chicken soup is like every Jewish person should know how to cook chicken soup. It's like the armeal in there. And she does the most wonderful chicken soup, and it's really lovely. She does that in there, everything in there. I had fish in there, everything goes in there, sausages, bacon, burgers, and it's wonderful. It stays so moist and everything. Because sometimes pork chops I'm not great at cooking.
Yeah, I can't remember the last time I had pork chops.
I not even meant to have pork, am I? Being Jewish, but can't beat pork chop. It's bacon.
I just seem to eat chicken a lot, to be fair.
I do. A lot. I can't eat steak or anything like beef.
Yeah, I haven't had steak for a long time, or beef.
No.
I'll have to get one of my family to invite me around for dinner one weekend and cook something like that. When you're on your own, you just don't feel like cooking.
It's just a chore, because it's nice when you've got people there and you can cook for them, because it feels like you're giving them something. Do you know what I mean? It's got some purpose. Yeah. But by the time I've cooked myself what I would cook for everybody, I don't want to eat it.
Oh, I do, but I just feel like it's a waste of effort. You've got loads of washing up. You don't mind if you cook for a few people, but when you're cooking for yourself, you just do easy stuff. I'm right into my hot and spicy chicken strips at the moment.
One thing I will cook I don't mind cooking for myself is I do myself a chicken chow mein. So, but I'll get chicken thighs and then I'll strip them once I've cooked them and put them in the stir fry. I don't mind that because it's basically two pots, two things. But it does it's like I always have scrambled eggs in the morning. Always, I love scrambled eggs. But apart from
I don't buy any of these box dinners anymore, because I used to buy box dinners before.
Yeah, I don't, because they're shit, aren't they?
I used to like getting a chicken stew with dumplings in. And,
I know. I like that.
Yeah, I really used to like them, and I thought, you know what, I've got to stop eating these because they're full of shit.
Oh, they are. It's terrible, and they're not actually that cheap when you work out how much you actually get.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, unless you buy.
Being hungry later on.
Yeah, unless you buy two. Sometimes it's a lot cheaper if you get two rather than buying the one.
Yeah. But all right, the Tesco's had like a Thai green curry and rice in those kind of like microwave ready meal pots.
Yeah.
They would buy that where they kept their sandwiches and stuff, and it was two for a £5, or two for I think it was a £5, and they were actually decent size and proper bits of chicken.
Yeah.
Rather than like one bit of chicken in a load of gravy.
Yeah. It's normally like two for a £5 or one for £3.50, isn't it? And you
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like I've got to get two because it's a waste because I'm getting the other one for 150.
And then I end up eating both of them because I have one at about 6 o'clock, and come 10 o'clock, I'm like, oh, I'm peckish.
Or you got to eat it quick because of the date, and it's like they know what they're fucking doing in these supermarkets. I'm telling you.
Oh, they do.
They know exactly what they're doing.
Oh, of course they do.
They probably only cost £1 to make anyway.
Yeah, it's that.
Yeah. That's the trouble with a lot of them ready meals as well. When they come in plastic containers and they tell you that you can put them in the oven as well as the microwave, and then when you put them in the oven,
They
the
go all
plastic
like weird.
tastes distorted, and it's like, well, that can't be good for you, can
And you
it?
go to
Heat
pick it up and it's like floppy.
Yeah.
One
Yeah,
thing
not
I
only
have-
I've got you off, they're trying to kill you.
I've got myself in the habit of drinking Coca-Cola, and I don't know why, because I've never drunk it like this, but I do like to have a glass of Coca-Cola, and I've got to stop it because it's really bad for you.
Yeah.
But I do love it.
If you're going to drink anything fizzy, I'll say you have to drink lager.
Yeah, good call.
If you're going to do it properly. Don't be drinking Coke because that's a waste of effort.
Yeah, but that's horrific with the sugar. But you know.
Have you ever seen it when you put like a coin in it?
Yes, I have. I know.
Fucking unreal, isn't it? And you're like, what is that
doing
doing inside?
I watched this video the other day. They had this girl. She was sat in this tub. They filled it up with Coke, like say like 6 inches deep of Coke, and then they put mints in it, like sweetie mints, like little.
Yeah.
And it went all fizzing like crazy. I was like, oh my God.
A lot of the kids do that, don't they?
Yeah.
They put it in there, quickly put the lid on, and then bang it on the floor, and it fucking goes everywhere.
It was crazy, but I'm not worried about. It's not like I'm addicted to drinking Coca-Cola. Do you know what I mean? It's just like I like it. Not yet. I like it. So I'm drinking.
I used to go out with a girl that used to drink a lot of Coke, and she got really fat, and her health's not that good now. She got addicted on it proper.
You can do, but I mean, I've got to go on a diet. I've just, with my health not being great, it was more important for me to get myself well, better first, and then worry about losing some weight rather than not being well and then trying to lose weight on top and then just it all being wrong. So,
do you know what? I think I'm lucky, really, because like I've never been one that's been fortunate with finances, but I've always had good health.
That means more than money.
Yeah, it is.
Especially
when you get to my age now. When you're younger, you don't really care about that stuff. But now I'm at my age and I've got my health and I'm like 61 next month and I still feel great.
Yeah, see, I lost my mum at 62.
Did you?
So
yeah.
But, that was just years and years of such strong medication. She didn't have a choice. But, they said it was the steroids. Her heart couldn't cope in the end. 20 years on steroids permanently and big, strong painkillers like Pethidine and dihydrocodeine, as it did. It affects your body.
Well, steroids, it affects a lot of your organs, doesn't it?
Yeah, a lot. But she was very ill, so you wouldn't have known, but she was. She used to have to take these tablets and just sit there because she had some, where she was not getting any vitamins and minerals and everything like that. She had no, just strip all her, her bones were going brittle. She had to have iron injections, special stuff for her teeth so that, she would have ulcers in her eyes that would bleed and she'd have to do that before she'd come. She wouldn't even come downstairs without her makeup on, my mum. She was that, she was just beautiful. Yeah. But so very, very ill. So ill. Bless her. Yeah.
Oh.
But, hey ho. It was to be quite honest, I don't say it was a blessing, but she was worried about what was going to happen later on in life when she said to me, what am I going to do when supposing I need to go into a nursing home? And I was like, I'd never put you in a nursing home, Mum. And she was like, but you may not be able to cope with my needs. I might have to go into a nursing home. There may not be any choice. And she said, what happens if I, because obviously the crones were on the toilet a lot. She said, what happens if I have an accident and they leave me sitting in there? And it was worrying her.
Yeah.
So at least she didn't have to go through that.
My mum's 80 in a couple of weeks.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
My dad's 75.
Is he?
Yeah, he's well active. Oh, he's so super fit. Goes boxing, does Tai Chi, does his karate, goes to the gym. They walk about 22,000 steps a day because he always tells me how many bloody steps he's walked.
Yeah, I got a friend that does that. She's got one of them fucking watches.
Oh, don't.
I can't believe it. I've done 15,000 steps already. You know?
Yeah, no, I get that. And he'll ring me and go, guess what? I go, what? He goes, you've done 23,279 steps today. I go, that's wonderful. I've done 8.
Yeah, you know what I mean? I went
That's
in the
just in the
garden.
fridge and back.
Yeah. Yeah. I bet you'd be surprised though if you got one of them, how many steps you do, to be fair.
Well, your phone does tell you anyway if you take your phone with you. But that's what I do. If I go, oh, I haven't done very many steps today. That's because I left the phone on the side. And I was
Do you know what? I don't really attach myself to my phone at all, right? It just lies about. I'll go in the garden, I'll work out there all day, my phone will be in here. And some people, when I say, oh, I left my phone, think they don't get it. They think that the phone should be attached to you. It's like, no, my phone's there for my purpose when I need it. I don't want to be.
No, I'm one of those that my phone is attached to me most of the time.
It's like I see people driving with their phone in their hand because they can't even put it down.
I don't do that.
Yeah.
No, I mean the only reason why is because a lot of things are on the phones now. So like if you go,
it's not a phone anymore, is it? It's not a phone anymore, is it?
Sorry, say it again.
It's not a phone anymore, is it? It's everything.
It's everything. It's like well, they're more like a personal. It's like your life in a phone.
Yeah.
And it's terrible, really, when you think about how much information that you put on your phone.
I know.
It's actually terrible. I mean, when I was at school, we used to come home, we only had the house phone. There weren't no mobile phones.
Yeah, I know. And
the car phone, you used to be able to take it out in a bag. Big Motorola thing with the windy cable.
Do you know what? When I was younger, right, I had one of them brick phones, right, and I always used to have it in the inside of my coat pocket, right, and every one of my jackets was down one side and up the other, where the pocket had dragged the coat down. And it's like
it was like carrying around a bloody great big half a suitcase. And the thing is that you were like, wow. Because I remember wow.
Do you know what? It was a pain in the ass to put all the phone numbers in it and everything, because I used to have, even when I had that Motorola, I still used to have to remember the numbers in my head, because I couldn't be bothered to go through the menu. I couldn't be bothered to put them in the phone. It was so different then. But I bet you, if you had one of them phones now in mint condition, it would be worth a lot of money.
Oh, wouldn't it just?
Yeah.
I mean, my son hadn't ever used a like a mobile phone that we would have. It's all been touchscreen and everything since he's had phones. And I said to him, I said, here. He went, how do I work that? I was like, well, like a telephone.
What's the telephone?
He was like, this is odd. This doesn't feel right. I was like, oh my God.
Have you ever seen them programs where people have a phone? You know, the ones where you stick the finger in and dial it round?
My nan has one of those. And it goes,
they show a young person this thing and they go, what do you think that is? And they don't know what it is, and they've got to try and work out how to use it. And it's fucking
my son would probably
hilarious.
look at it and go, how do I use that? Use it to telephone, but how do I use it?
Yeah.
It's
They
weird,
don't
isn't
get
it?
Yeah. It's so funny when you see them, and they're really gobsmacked.
I know. And you think to yourself, crikey.
Yeah. And it wasn't that long ago, was it? Really?
No,
Fucking hell, I'm only
20 years.
60.
Got to be something like that. 20, 25 years, maybe a little bit more.
Yeah, maybe a bit more than that.
30.
And do you remember the days? I don't know if your family ever done it, but do you remember the days when the adults, when they got a phone call, the phone rang and they picked it up, they always used to say their phone
their
number.
telephone number.
Yeah. My
My nan
granddad,
always used to, and
I
still
can remember my
used to pick up the
granddad.
phone. My nan used to pick up the phone. She just go 863067.
Yeah.
No, you know the number because you just fucking rung it, dickhead.
What was that all about?
I don't know.
I just
I mean, why would you need to tell them the number of the phone that they've just rung?
Yeah.
I've forgotten all about that. You're absolutely right. I've forgotten all about that. It's right as well.
That is so funny, though, isn't
And
it?
then sometimes you'd ring up someone and they go, yes, or they go, yes. And you think, well, their telephone man's not very nice, is it?
Yeah. Because it used to be very respectful back in the day, didn't it?
Yeah. You always have to, hello, yes, who's calling, please?
Hello, 3268. Can I help you? It's like,
Every single fucking time. 863067.
my
Don't
granddad
forget
had that
it.
fucking number for years. It's still in my head now.
I know.
And like, I'm talking about when I was like fucking 8 or something.
Yeah, so, no, but yeah.
That's
I've
like,
got
wow.
it. And the
That's
doctor's number, all my life, the doctor's number has been the same. 863 642. But you didn't have the 8 to begin with, did we?
No. It was 520 or 531 or whatever. Yeah. No, it's.
I can't remember my name's number without the 8 in it because I got used to it. 863067. Oh, for God's sake.
When they stuck that extra number,
what sons and daughters.
when they stuck that extra number on, we thought fucking cheek. What a fucking cheek!
And when they changed the London numbers,
yeah, but we're running out of numbers. Well, but why have you stuck an 8 on the front of my number?
I know. When they changed the 071, 0171 and the 0181, wasn't it, in London?
Yeah.
To the 0202.
Well, you had 07 and 08, didn't you?
Yes. And now they put a 2 on it, didn't it? It was 01.
No, you're talking about mobiles, aren't you?
No.
But
when you used to ring into London, the dialing code for London, you know, like now it's like 02007.
Oh, right. Yeah.
And it used to be 01. And I was like, oh.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
Like
01.
like that.
Yeah.
I hate it when even on the telly, and I don't watch telly very often, but when they change the channels on the telly, even if I don't watch, I can't remember the last time I put the TV on properly, but I'm like, that channel's changed. Where's that gone? Hate it. I hate it.
Yeah.
When they put that 8 in front of all our numbers, woof.
Yeah, we just don't like change, do we, us humans?
No, crazy, isn't it?
But we have to. I mean, that's the thing, isn't it? It's like we don't like change, and then we get caught behind the times, then, don't we?
I know. It's like when they brought out these new notes. Now, I don't particularly like these new notes.
No, I don't like them.
Because they.
But to be fair, I don't deal with money much anymore, and I really detest that because I always dealt with in cash. Well, not always, but I used to do a lot of jobs where I got cash.
Yeah.
And that was your pocket money sort of thing.
Do
you know what I mean? But now it don't happen anymore.
No, it doesn't. I mean, window cleaner gets paid in cash, and then we're lucky enough. I have a cleaner, and I always pay her in cash. But everybody else gets paid. They don't. Everybody else seems to want bank transfers. I suppose it's easier for the business if you know to keep a record. I mean, who wouldn't want cash?
Yeah, but that's our biggest downfall. Everything that's designed for us is to make our life easier. And you think, hang on a minute, the reason they want to make our life easier is so we can work longer hours. It can't be for no other reason because life's not any easier, is it really?
No,
we're
in fact,
too
to be
busy.
quite honest, with the cost of everything these days, I think it's a hell of a lot more harder. for people,
Yeah.
and especially people with families as well, and well, just for everybody.
Yeah.
I mean,
I mean, I feel sorry.
and even the house
big
prices. I mean,
families.
the cost of the house that it was just when my mum and dad first bought this house, it was like they paid 146,000 for it. Right?
Yeah.
There's no mortgages left on any of the houses now, but they paid 146,000 for it, and now it's like a lot more than that. And
Yeah. Don't say what it is.
no,
'Cause
it's a lot more than that. But it's taken 25 years or whatever, 30. That's more because they had they had like an endowment mortgage, and then when it was up, my dad didn't want to pay it up, so he just took it out for another 10 years or something. It was paying about £30 a month.
Yeah. Do you know what? My when I was about 25, right, my brother-in-law bought a house or was buying a house when I was 25, right? And his next door neighbour, I was talking to his next door neighbour. I think my brother-in-law probably paid about 60, 70 grand, something like that for his house. Right? And when I was talking to his next door neighbour at that time, which had been in their house for quite a while, they paid £2,000 for their house.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
£2 grand.
And my nan's house up in London, I mean, it was expensive back then when you think about it, but that was back before my dad was born, so you're talking like 1940s, because my dad was 48, I think he was born. Yeah, 48, right? She paid £600 for the house in 1940. Right, it's a 7-bedroom Georgian house in the middle of one of the best squares in London.
You can't even get a laptop for that these days.
600 quid.
Oh
And that
my
was like a fortune.
Yeah.
It was like a fortune
Well,
back
that's
in
the
like
thing, isn't it?
1942.
That is the thing, though. All through the levels of life you go through, it is always a fortune, no matter how cheap it sounds, because
Yeah.
it was worked
my
out.
dad said to me, it don't matter how much money you've got, you'll always spend, you'll always live, you'll always manage to kind of live with those means, or live over those, not over those means, but you'll always find a way of spending it. Even doesn't matter what you earn.
Yeah.
Because that's the way it is. My mum was like, yeah, it took us about fucking 15 years to be able to clear the overdraft when I was little, because my mum couldn't work because she was too ill, and my dad was working 3 jobs. To get all the, to have everything. My dad done that because he wanted me and my mum to have nice things in life.
Yeah.
But he broke his balls working like that. Do you know what I mean? Going out at 6 o'clock in the morning, not coming in sometimes till like 2 in the morning.
I wish my
Same
fucking
thing every day. And then looking after my mum when he did get back.
wish my dad
My mum
was-
used to ring a bell in the morning.
ring a bell.
Yes, he'd go downstairs because he wouldn't disturb her because she'll be up all night, going to the toilet. So she used to be asleep when he got up. He used to go downstairs. He still does it now to stay. Just go downstairs, make me and my mum a cup of tea in the morning, every single morning without fail. Bring it up on the tea tray. But if he was downstairs and she woke up before he brought the tea up in the teapot, she likes her tea in the teapot, all of a sudden you'd hear ding,
God.
she's going, Mum, what are you doing? Russell, like this. She used to put on this voice. He'd come running up and he'd come running through the bedroom door, right? And he'd go, what's the matter? And she'd be laying there with her tongue out going, I'm so thirsty.
Sounds like fucking 40 Towers.
It was hilarious.
That's Basil, wasn't it? Basil?
It was hilarious. We had such fun. Great parties, even when I was a child. We'd be rolling around on the floor, like laughing at, if they got, it was just brilliant fun. Great memories. Lovely childhood.
Yeah,
I did get told off at times. Woo. But it was mainly if I didn't do my homework.
God, I used to hate homework. Do you know what? I never really got that much homework, but the homework I did used to get, I fucking detested.
Oh, so did
Because I've always had problems with reading and writing and spelling. I've always had problems with it. And no matter how much I try, I just get more frustrated.
My dad can read and write and whatever, but it's not, it's atrocious. He's dyslexic as well, but his writing's dreadful, his reading's dreadful, but he's great.
Yeah,
with getting money. He's great with money, and he's great at doing. It didn't hamper him. I mean, he left school at 14.
Yeah.
My dad went to Bow Boys, and Rhodes Boyson was the bloody headmaster.
Is that in Bow?
Yeah.
Oh, right. Proper East End.
My dad grew up. My dad's family's from Bow.
Proper EastEnders.
Yeah, proper EastEnders. We've even got Mile End train station sign on the side of our bar.
Do you know what? I had a girlfriend that lived just round the corner from Mile End.
Yeah.
What's that one just up the road to it, that other station? No, it's Bow Road and Mile End, wasn't it?
Yeah, you got Bow Road and then Mile End Station. I had to know.
Yeah, it was Bow Road.
The opposite Mile End Station. So Bow Road is the next one, I think it is. Yeah.
I used to go out with a girl that lived there, right? And I was only young, and I used to have to get a train. And I used to have to take her home and all that, and then come home on my own. And one day, I got on this train, and this fucking crackhead was on there, wasn't it? But I didn't know nothing about drugs or anything then. And he goes, "You got a problem with me?" And I'm like,
no.
"This is a grown man." And I went, "No." He goes, "Would you think I'm a crackhead then, dear?" I went, I don't know you, mate. And I had to get on the train. I couldn't handle it.
No.
Being confronted by this geezer that was out of his head looking to fight me. Fucking wouldn't have happened there, though. I'd have gone, "Fuck off, you crackhead," or you go through the window. Excuse me.
When they were growing up, his sole purpose, when they went out for the weekend, in that time, that all they wanted to do, everybody just wanted to fight. It was all about going out and fighting.
Yeah.
And they'd say they come over from south of the river. Come on to our east, we're on our bit.
Yeah. It's mad, isn't it?
Yeah, and my dad's friend, Dickie Woo. He had an older brother who was quite he was very aggressive, but he had a very, very short temper, and he would like switch. And that they were Chinese, and my dad, they all went out for Chinese one night, and you used to have to stand and wait for a table. My dad said, and he walked up to this table and he said, "Have you finished your dinner yet?" And the bloke went, "No." And with that, he picked up the fork and stuck the fork through the bloke's hand. He went, "You have now."
Wow.
Yeah. My dad was like, "Okay, I think we'll leave."
So when I was working on a roofing firm, and you used to hear them in there. "Where we going to fight tonight, lads?" There's like a little group of them. Like the weekend coming, and they're working out where they're going to go and have a drink and fight. And it's like, I couldn't be like that.
It was crazy. My dad used to get paid by the bouncers and the pubs and the clubs to walk in and hit the biggest person they could see, so it would all kick off. So it would keep the bouncers in a job because they were stopping the trouble. And the bouncers would pay my dad to start a fight.
That's bad, isn't it?
It's bad, isn't it? Walk in, hit the biggest person they can see, and off they go. Gone. And the fight.
Do you want a job? Yeah, I'll have a job. What is it? Come in the pub tonight and just punch the biggest guy you could see.
Yeah. It was awful. And like I said, one night him and Dickie, they were actually doing bouncing work in this pub or club or pub. But on the set, it was like 2 stories, and on the top it was all glass, and the doors used to seal. It was like a VIP, but upstairs it used to seal. Right, and the fight kicked off upstairs, and the doors, they locked the doors, so you can imagine they're all fighting inside with the doors locked. And some bloke was tried to attack my dad's mate Dickie, but my dad and Dick did done a lot of karate. It's really, really quite well known in the karate world, right? But this woman, she smashed this bottle. She stuck it straight in the side of his face and neck, to his face and neck. And my dad said there's never been a time that my dad has put his hands on a woman ever, and he just went like just with like karate. Where he just kind of like bashed her with the side of his arm to get her up because she was going to kill him. She was on his back, sticking him in the side of his face and like on his jaw bit with a bottle.
Yeah, but I always say if you're a woman and you're going to attack a man, you've got to be treated like a man.
My dad never
that's
ever,
no
ever
lady.
in his life. He doesn't even raise his voice. He would never even think about raising his voice to a woman. He's just the perfect. Honestly, I'm so lucky, and I was quite taken back. And he said to me, it was either that or she was going to kill my best friend.
Yeah.
Because she was just on his back, like jabbing him. He said that was the worst time. Really.
Yeah, it's a dilemma, isn't it? But I just think if you're a woman and you're going to attack a man, you've got to be treated like a man and taken down.
Well,
that's the way it is at the end of the day, because like most men respect women, right?
Yeah,
so there's no need for women to attack men because
I don't know why someone would want to break a bottle and stick it inside of someone's face.
They rely on that fact that other men are going to jump in and save the woman. But I mean, like, ever since I've transitioned, right, I can't believe how much women play men. I can't believe it. Now, since I've been in this woman's world, I can't believe how much women play men.
Because the ones that don't do it are already at home and settled, and do you know what I mean? So well, it depends where you're sitting, but there are a lot of players out there. I mean, I think it used to be more that you'd see the men doing it to the women because maybe because of the times, women were more indoors, say.
Yeah, but men are just slags, full stop.
Yeah, they are.
There's no grey or they're just slags.
And there is still stigma attached. I mean, there is still stigma attached.
That's why
slags.
Even the men that say they're not, at the end of the day, they've all got partners. So somewhere along the line, they've had to play that role, if you know what I mean, to get a woman.
Exactly.
So, and then they've got out of the game because they've got their woman. But
or they've actually met somebody that they do want to settle down with.
I just can't believe how many women I meet that just play men, and it's like they love to get men on their side to attack another man.
Yes, I don't understand all that thing. Do you know what I mean? I don't like.
We see it a lot on here, but it's only with words. But at the end of the day, it's still there.
Oh yeah, but I mean, I've seen quite a few people that I don't particularly like that flirt with the other men on here.
Yeah, and the men are so gullible. They're so gullible because the men, when women act nice to them, which is part of their box of tricks, men literally think, "Wow, I'm going to get to, I'm going to get to fuck this bird," isn't it?
But then there's the other men do it to, they find, they might find somebody that's, well, look at all those, like, look at the people that are like, oh, he's, I've met this man from Greece and he really loves me, and I'm 75 and he's 21.
I feel sorry for him though, because like they must have had a sad life and always wanted that dream, and it's never happened. And then some cunt come along and rip them off.
Yeah, totally. That's just wicked. I find that wicked.
Yeah.
But it's, that's like I said earlier, there's always going to be people that want to exploit other people for their own gains.
We're quite a terrible race, really, aren't we?
Yeah.
We are. I mean, like, when you look at all the animals on this planet, none of them haven't got a patch on the shit that we can come up with.
And what is it that animals don't have? Money.
Yeah. Exactly.
Really,
but their money is survival or kill. You know what I mean?
But I
It's
still wouldn't want to be
it's a lot
chased
more
by a tiger
brutal.
or something. I wouldn't fancy being chased by lions and stuff like that.
No, but that is their source of money in a funny way. It's like they don't deal with money, but it's life or death with them, which is a lot more raw.
Yeah.
It's like if we didn't have money and we saw someone sitting over there
Yeah, we'd have to go out and kill our food.
Yeah, but if we didn't have money, right, and we see someone sitting over there with a big lorry load of McDonald's, and we're all over here starving,
I'm robbing them. I'm robbing them.
He's not going to live, is he?
No.
He's not going to live. He's not. Well, that's it, isn't it? Yeah.
Let's hope they pay him danger money.
Yeah, I mean that's why you've got to look at money as a good thing. If you've got it and you can buy that thing, you would rather do that than go to war and one of you die, because that's what happens in the animal world. I mean, it's like
and also,
I mean, I live on
as well. Still, it's terrible.
It's like when people talk about rape and stuff like that, right? I mean, that's awful, right? But if you look in the animal world, that is a normal thing. It's terrible. Like, yeah, it's like I see ducks fighting over a girl.
Ducks are awful, and they try and drown them while they're doing it. It's awful.
Yeah, or you'll see two male swans fighting to the death, and they literally dunk each other underwater, and the strongest one wins because the other one's too weak, and it's like animals like and that's all to do with having that territory to shag that fucking swan.
And hippopotamuses, they do horrific damage to each other.
Pardon?
Hippopotamuses do horrific damage to each other.
Yeah.
And and seal things and whatever.
When they've got children, they do horrific things to anything that's around them. But I mean, that's the difference between us. In one sense, we've got the intelligence to be able to work things out like that. But in the other sense, we as humans have done such heinous crimes that no animal's ever thought of doing.
But do they?
Well, I've never seen a cow murder its mate and melt it in a bucket of acid. I've never seen that.
No, I haven't seen that. No, you're right.
No, I've never seen a monkey or anything dismember another monkey and bury the different parts of its body in different areas so no one finds out about it. They would do it in front of all their friends and go, look at me, I'm the king. Whereas the human race,
well, we are a sick race. We are a sick, deprived race.
We are fucking. I might commit suicide tonight because I feel dirty and disgusting. I'm going to finish my beer first, though. But it is amazing how like when you look at animals, they evolve so slowly that it never gets recognized because it happens over thousands of years. But us, I mean,
yeah, in the perspective of things, we have developed very quickly, probably too quickly. I don't know.
We developed too quickly for our brains to develop with it, to be fair. Because we look like we're a lost race that don't know where we're actually going. And we think that it's space, but we're still going to be that horrible, sick race that is never gonna be content and loving towards everyone.
Yeah, and I mean, obviously, if I understood what went through the brain of somebody that could do that to another human or sexually abuse another human or anything like that to another human, I would be one of them because it would be going through my brain. But I don't, I mean, I don't know. I can't work. It's just odd to, do you know what I mean? My brain can't cope with like trying to work that out.
Well, do you know what? I watched this thing on YouTube today, right? About two 13-year-old kids, right? one of them had a gran, and he had a good mate, and they one the kid the child who had the gran said to his mate, he goes, "Oh, I know how we can get some money, right?" And when it was investigated, they actually plotted this, and they went round there with the hammer, and they went round there with the axe. Right, they're 13 years old.
That's like those other two.
So,
Isn't it?
so they've gone round there. They've sneaked in the garage, and the nan's come out. Oh, hello, boys. How you doing? Oh, were you cold? Come in. So they've gone in. He's fucking hit the woman with the blunt end of the axe. The other one's hit her with the hammer, and he's fucking hit her with the sharp end of the axe and chopped the top of her head off. Not chopped her head off.
God. Oh my God.
And then they've rifled through her bag and her jewelry box. They've tried to get her in the car to get rid of the body, but she was too heavy. And then now they're starting to blame each other, but they've ended up leaving the body there. They took her car. They went down to the pizza, bought a pizza with the money they took out of her purse, and they went round and bought some drugs with the rest of it.
She'd probably just given them the money if they'd asked for it.
But the point is, they plotted and planned it and went in there with the tools.
Do you know what? They should be locked up for the
13
rest of
years
their life.
old.
They should be locked up for the rest of their life, and I don't care what anybody says.
Well,
Because if they can do that at that age,
yeah, one of them got 25 years, and the other one got 30. The other one wasn't due. The other one wasn't due for parole till they was 50.
yeah, I still don't care. I don't think they should ever come out.
Yeah, I don't think they should, but like it just
But then,
goes.
can you imagine when they do come out? Think about when they do come out. You know the changes from when they went in. I mean, they've had. You know,
But who cares about that?
exactly. I don't
Who
care. I mean,
cares
I'm just saying it must be odd, but I don't think they should ever come out because if you can do that as a child, what the hell are you going to do? I don't care about rehabilitation and all of that. No, that's something very, very wrong there.
Yeah, and do you know what? The one that had the gran that he killed, right? And then they rumbled him and he had confessed. He goes, "How long do you think I'm going to get?"
Yeah, so no remorse.
That's all he was worried about. How long do you think I'm going to get? That's fucking. When I saw that story, I was like, do you know what? We are one fucked up race.
That is
Because, and they reckon the one that had the gran, he bear in mind he done this at 13. He was on his push bike, and he got knocked off of his push bike when he was 10. And he was one of these kids that had an idea of what he wanted to do with his life. He either wanted to get into MMA or the military or something like that. So it seemed like it was something to do with violence anyway. But ever since then, he went downhill. And because he goes, I never thought I could achieve anything with my life once I'd had that accident.
Yeah, but is that
he felt like it gave him the right to go and chop his.
What? Because you fell off his bike.
Pardon?
What? Because you fell off your bike, you silly little boy. Do you know what I mean? You fell off your bike.
He did get the shrink or whatever did say that he got brain damage, but he didn't have that much brain damage where he could calculate what he was going to do, the tools he was going to take with him, and how they was going to get the money off their grand. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, for two of them to do it. I mean, that's
he only had the brain damage when it suited him.
Yeah.
But when he plotted and planned it all, hi Gabby, how you doing? When he plotted and planned it all, that was all calculated.
Yeah, it's not like a spare of the. Even if it doesn't really, but I mean, for it to be so premeditated. I mean, that's even more sick, especially at that age.
And it was all over money. He knew Harry could get some money.
Look what they done to that little baby James. You know, I mean, that just they should never have let them out either.
Who's that?
James Bulger's killers. They should never have let them out. But I think one of them went back inside, didn't he? Because he was found with child images or something. I think.
Well, I think that
all that, you know, we changed their name, we're giving them new identity. No bollocks. You're staying there and you're not coming out.
Yeah, they was twisted full stop, weren't they? Because like you say, wicked. They still committed crimes after.
Yeah, wicked. See? Yeah. So there's no, you know, that shows, I'm not being funny. All right, maybe people say, well, that's just them or whatever. But for a system that's meant to, you know, it's rehabilitation. Well, why didn't it work for them then? Because it's got to work for the worst of the worst. Otherwise, there's no point in having it.
Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, Helen, if you lost your dog, you'd be distraught, right? Can you imagine what a mum goes through when someone takes a child and abuses and kills it?
I can't.
Can you just can't get your fucking head around how the despair that fucking mother must go through, and I bet that mother blames herself every minute of every fucking day of her life till she dies.
Absolutely, 100%. And I mean, it must be so. I can't.
And even when that happens,
describe how you must feel.
Yeah, but even when that happens, right, and you have to put up with all that. And then a few years later, you hear that one of them gets out. Wow!
I think I would end up.
Can you imagine going through that life, having to live with what they've done to your brain? And
especially if they come back to the same area that you live in. Can you imagine how bad that is?
Fucking, it's mad, isn't it? And then these people sit on these panels and go, well, we're trying to do the best we can for these people. And it's like, hang on a minute, mate. Just stick them on an island and don't give them a boat. Yeah? If they want to make a life for themselves on that island...
All child killers should never get out. Full stop.
No,
because if somebody can be so depraved as to kill a child, they're a danger, full stop, to anybody, aren't they? Who would... I mean, it's, you know... I just don't understand it. I can't get my head around it. But that's because
we're actually talking about humans as a race rather than keep going down that road. But I've got a few best friends, but a really long-term best friend of mine. She is Levi Belfield's ex-partner. Who?
Levi Belfield, the serial killer that killed Millie Dowler and Emily Delagrange and all of that. And he's probably, well, he's not probably, he is the most twisted, scariest person I've ever come across. I've seen him, I've been around him once or twice, but that was after they split up, and he was laying in the grass on the day that she had a restraining order served on him. It was restraining orders back then. And she was like, and his home phone rang. We were in our bedroom, and she was like, "Don't move. He's laying in the garden, looking at us." And he shit in the restraining order and put it through the front door. Put it through the letterbox.
Who's that? Because that rings a name. That Lee.
Yeah, Levi Belfield. He killed Millie Dowler. And Emily Delagrange and Marsha McDonald. I think was attempted murder. I can't remember. He's a serial killer.
What was he known as? Because they normally get a name, don't they? What was he known as?
I don't know. I don't know if they've just got a name. I can't even remember. I don't think it does. I tell you, his case was on Manhunter or something. It was called. He was a car clamper. He likes to hit them over the head with hammers.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, fucking hell! Yeah, he did have a name, didn't he? What was he called? He was called...
not like the Yorkshire Ripper, but
no.
Where Millie Dowler lived, and Brian Harvey's done quite a bit on it. but he keeps bringing my friend into it, and I don't like that.
Yeah.
But, she's not long done another program. I see another program the other day she was on, but she took. That was one sick fucker. One sick fucker. She found his rape kit in the garage. It was horrible. And magazines with all the pages of the blonde people cut out and like stabbed.
Wow.
Oh, brutal, horrible man.
So that just goes to show the fucking human race is just off the scale, really.
She's got 2 kids with him. They're lovely. They're grown up now, like, you know, grown up now. But
don't talk about it really, because like them kids need.
Yeah, but I mean, you know, it's just. I mean, what? You know,
I mean, we can't all pick and choose our parents at the end of the day. But
no, that's right. They had no idea, but they did obviously do now. But you know, she's such a good mum. She's such a good mum. She's got the most beautiful heart. You know, she comes across as like rough and ready, but you couldn't get a more kind person inside. You know what I mean? She was such a good mum. She's such a good daughter. She cared for her mum every day. She lived with her mum, and her mum wasn't well. She cared for her, everything. What that girl done for her family isn't worth saying. I mean, honestly, heart of gold.
No, it must be really fucking horrible, right? When a nice person meets an absolute psychopath, and they've got no control over the rest of their life.
She will have to live I mean, he's never getting out, but. You know, he said, I will kill you. But I mean, how he didn't kill her before, I don't know. She's so lucky. She's so lucky. And when my mum died, obviously I had Lawrence there, but she stood up at the funeral with me on, you know, when I done my speech thing, and it was quite difficult, obviously, but she got up and stood by my side and held me, bless her.
Yeah.
She's a really good friend. She bought Joseph a Hall, little pony, SpongeBob. SpongeBob, little Shetland pony. I was like, oh Christ. But yeah, heart of gold. Heart of gold.
Oh.
It's crazy, isn't it, in this life? But I mean, even that. I mean, can you imagine living next to that, living below that? What's his name? Sonny Nielsen. That used to boil the thing and then pour them down the drains.
Oh God. Yeah.
Is it Robert? No, it's Robert.
Oh, things like that. Even though you're not involved or been attacked by them, living near them, you must think, oh fucking hell, how lucky was I? When did I meet him? You know what I mean? You must think so many things.
Can you imagine?
Fuck that.
I remember watching documentaries on that Rose and Fred West, and there was that lady that she was attacked by them, but she was the nanny, I think, but she actually managed to escape. I mean, she was so lucky to come out alive, but the horrors that she must have gone through. I mean, even her it wouldn't be her recalling it. We can't imagine what that was like for her, because, you know, it's hard to, you know, we can only try and imagine, but it's so gruesome to even imagine.
Yeah.
I mean, the feeling of, oh my God, I'm going to die here. I've experienced that once.
Wasn't it one of his family? Wasn't it one of his family that actually grassed him up like a nephew or something? And it looked like he was one of their next victims. No, because he was really young, wasn't he? I'm sure it was like one of their nephews or something. And then they was bragging about something that they'd done while he was round now. And he managed to get out and grassed them up. I'm sure it was a guy.
Or was it Myra Hindley and Ian Brady? Because they was her
brother.
That's
what I'm talking about. Her
brother, they tried to rope into it as well, didn't they? Tried to drag him into it. He felt very uncomfortable, I think.
That's it. Yeah. They tried to drag him into it, and they thought that they had.
Yeah, and I think he said he was going down the shops and he ran away or something.
Yeah. And he grassed them up, and I think that's, mind you, they got pulled in quite a few times though, didn't they? And got let go.
Yeah, but that's like they always seem to do it though. Levi was pulled in, you know, Fred and Rose West. I mean, how many times did they even got done for sexual assault on their nanny, and they gave him a fine.
Yeah. They had bodies everywhere, them two, didn't they? Fucking all under the floors, in the cellar, and everything, in the walls.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Oh my God.
Helen, I'm going to have to call it a night because I've been on 4 hours and I need to go to bed because apparently
I've got to go to bed too. It's bloody 2:30 in the morning.
Yeah, I've got to go out tomorrow and I need to get up somehow.
All
But
right,
it's been lovely having you on,
talking.
and I really appreciate the panel, the chat, and
Yeah, it was
and-
great night. It was nice hearing you.
the
It
lurkers.
was nice to have a variety of people.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm going to have to go.
Yeah, oh my God, coaching. I've got
I'll
to go.
see you later
All right.
then, Ellen.
Take care. Take care.
And
Bye.
I'll see you later, chat. I'll be
you later,
back in a
everyone.
couple of
Bye.
days. Bye. Bye, everyone. Thank you.